Good evening, everyone. My apologies for the interruption, but there are a few orders of business that I must make you aware of before we begin. Firstly, we thank you very much for your attention to the Chronicle so far. The crew admires your fortitude for the macabre. If you wish to view these sessions early, consider joining our current table flippers via Patreon or Ko-fi and get access to editing streams as well as early access once these sessions are finished. The links are in the show notes. Secondly, this session has a bit of front-loaded information concerning the rules for about 15 minutes after the intro. I considered this important to leave in so that if some of you are unfamiliar with Vampire, that it may help with understanding its rules. With all that said, we thank you for your eternal patience, and we hope you continue to enjoy the show. Sunrise in Sin City contains mature themes. Viewer discretion is advised. The TableTalk Crew presents Sunrise in Sin City, a custom chronicle for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, written by Alejo. Starring Aiden as Davis Ford.
And then while it is eating, I go, hey, psst, caw, but softly.
Yeah. Boo as Adam Collier.
And I won't keep it a secret. You may have noticed some of the flickering lights. I've recently become haunted.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what that is. I apologize. It's no discipline at work here.
I wouldn't imagine so. She looks up at the flickering light above the table.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Brogan as Nikolas Stoyanov.
I am sorry. You must have me mistaken. I don't know you.
Ooh. Gaslighting. I love it. Okay.
Listen, he's not proud of what he did.
I understand. And your storyteller for the evening is Alejo. It's alright. He kind of walks around the desk to you and puts a hand on your shoulder. It's fine. We're all family here. And you can kind of see that kind of glint in his eyes for a second. Welcome to Sin City. As we discovered before, willpower is, you take that as superficial damage before you take it as aggravated damage, so you basically have the two bars of it when you do, willpower rerolls. So...
Say that again?
When you want to reroll, you, spend your willpower with a superficial point of damage instead of a full aggravated point of damage, so basically that makes it so that you have 2 instead of 1 for each pip. Basically. It's not entirely that simple.
2 instead of 1 for each pip?
Yes, so,
you had me into that sentence.
Yes, your health and your willpower are at their maximum. Let me see. Yeah, you have 6 and 5 respectively, right? When you take damage, if it's superficial damage, it's like a half a slash. It's not a whole pip that you would mark off. So each of them is basically, think of it as 2 in terms of superficial, whereas with aggravated, it's 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So even though I've taken 1 superficial damage, I have technically kind of like 5.5.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little confusing, but yeah.
Does the 1 superficial damage, when I take 1 more superficial damage, and like that pip disappears, I guess. Is that the same as 1 aggravated damage?
No, so the way that it works is you take as many as you have pips of superficial damage, and then once you take another one after that, it becomes aggravated.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I explained that well enough before. I'll give a recap of it the next time we're all together, obviously.
So I have to run through my entire health bar, or technically double my health bar.
Yes.
Before I start taking aggravated damage.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And after that, do I take one, how to put this? Do I take one aggravated damage at a time, or does it all, like, retroactively apply?
You would take one at a time, basically, yeah.
Okay. Oh, so I have a lot of health.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys as vampires have a lot of health. You don't take a lot of aggravated damage unless it's a source that is an aggravated damage source. So yeah.
So I'm probably just Space Marine 2 pilled, and
Sure.
it probably doesn't work this way.
Sure.
But like, Space Marine 2 has a similar thing going on with their armor and health system.
Okay.
Once I take, so say I took some aggravated damage right now. Say I took 1 point of aggravated damage.
Yep.
Do all of my pips of what's the other superficial damage disappear?
No.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the best possible version. I have a shit ton of health. Okay.
Yeah. You, as long as you're only taking superficial damage, you have a shit ton of health. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a shit ton of health compared to humans.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. It's the same way for willpower. So both of them are exactly, they work exactly the same in that respect.
Okay. What is my full bar of willpower?
You have a full bar of 5 if I look at your character sheet here. Yeah.
I think it was 5.
Pretty sure. At least that's what I have on your sheet that you sent me. So.
Okay.
Which I haven't changed at all, really.
5. And what do you mean it works with the PIP system?
Just the same as, like, you take your superficials and then you're aggravated.
Oh, I've just been deducting it as a resource.
That's why I've been that's why I'm making this amendment, because I've been doing it wrong. So whenever you want to use your willpower to re-roll, it's a superficial point of damage until you hit all your superficials, and then it becomes an aggravated and all that stuff, because it's still superficial every time. So you basically have double your willpower whenever you want to re-roll and do things, but you know, it's still something that you got to worry about.
So I was at 2 out of 5 for willpower, which means I've spent 3 pips.
Yes. So
which means I've spent 1.5.
Exactly.
Willpower,
yes.
Which so I should do 3.5.
Yes.
Out of 5.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna try to remember to say superficial damage and aggravated damage whenever I need to, so that, and get that into you guys' heads so that it, you know, happens a bit more naturally, instead of having to say, no, wait, you don't have to spend a whole point, sorry, oh my god.
Yeah, like at the very least, like for the beginning of the campaign.
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. Just what I wanted to do, real quick.
Yeah.
I wanted to head back to the house, or I was currently heading back to the house.
Yes.
In
I sent you an invite, by the way.
Boo's character. Sorry.
I sent you an invite to the table.
Oh, I never got the invite.
I'll send it again.
Shift tab. Why is the Steam overlay not appearing when I shift tab?
Ah, that would be a problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna relaunch Steam.
Anyway, sorry. Go. You were saying what you wanted to do.
Yeah. Currently heading back to the house. I want to buy some stuff for the animals. Go to the wastes and hunt, so then that way I can like fill up my hunger bit, because I'm currently at 2. I want to perhaps, because I believe tonight is the last night of the raccoons.
Yes, it will be.
Taming?
Yes.
Yeah. My next thought is, I want to go to like a shelter and see if I can pick up a cat.
Okay. So I will remind you of one thing that you
yes,
were doing.
I've got the training to do.
No.
Training's tomorrow, technically.
Yes, you still have
With
time for that.
Brogan.
But the other thing is to do with the body, because you said that you were going to take it away in the car.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I see. I was going back for a shovel.
Yes. So you can still attempt to do all those other things, but you do have a body that you have to take care of.
Yeah. Cool. I can take care of the body when I go to the wastes
Exactly.
and do my hunting.
Okay. So let me actually I'll
Do I have fingerprints as
No.
a vampire? Sweet.
You don't leave oils, remember, because you are dead.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep. Any kind of physical trace, it's actually very interesting. Any kind of physical trace that you leave, you both regenerate it and it burns away. Like it just goes to dust.
Oh, cool. So like if I were like slashed on the throat or something and like vitae splattered to the floor, tomorrow morning at dawn that vitae would all just like fizzle.
Basically, yeah. It takes a little bit of time, but yeah, it would go away. Naturally. Or unnaturally, I suppose. The other thing that I haven't been doing properly, that I did want to tell you, is that you technically, that raccoon that you've been feeding is technically already your ghoul. It just isn't bound to be your familius yet, right?
Oh, so if I were to take a night off of feeding it, would I lose my progress?
No, you wouldn't, I guess. It is fed on 3 different nights. It doesn't say consecutively.
Okay.
But, I mean, getting it all out of the way is probably better, because when you have the bound one, it never ages, and it becomes free to use Feral Whispers on it, and
Oh, just at will?
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, technically it is your ghoul, which does mean that you having animalism as your highest skill can give it a power.
Okay.
So, with your, let me just make double sure. With what you can give it, oh, I can't spell. Hello.
It happens to the best of us.
So you can give it either.
Give me names I can Google.
Oh, well, you can't really give it Bond Familius. So you could give it Sense the Beast. Which... Sense of their nature, hunger, and hostility, which... You can sense the level of hostility in a target. Determine whether they harbor a supernatural beast, marking them as a vampire or another type of supernatural creature as well. And it can be active and passive. So basically, what this is you would be able to tell your raccoon, look at that guy, what's he look like to you? Is he gonna hurt me? Or is he a human? Or what is he a vampire or a werewolf or something? And the raccoon could look at it and say, yeah, or no, or,
Okay. So, my raccoon can look at someone and tell if they're a vampire or not?
Yeah, and if they are hostile to you or not.
Okay. That's really interesting. Can't I look at someone and tell if they're a vampire or not?
Do you have Sense the Beast? I don't think you do.
I don't think I do.
No, you have Bond Familius. That's the power that you took, so that you could have your
Yeah.
raccoon that does this stuff.
Okay. So
basically, you can have a guard raccoon.
yeah, chalk up another reason why getting a cat is a good idea.
Yeah, also true.
It's more socially acceptable to keep a cat on me at all times than a raccoon.
I mean, people have pet raccoons, and people like them. That is a thing.
What is my level of control over the raccoon once I bonded to it as my familius? Can I say, hey, can I put a collar on you and a leash?
Let's see. When blood bonding an animal, the vampire can make it a familius, forming a mental link with it and facilitating the use of other animalism powers. While this power alone does not allow two-way communication, though you do have the one that does, it can follow simple verbal instructions such as stay and come here. It attacks in defense of itself and its master, but cannot otherwise be persuaded to fight something it would not normally attack.
I guess my question is, how much of this raccoon's will is left intact?
It's still a willing creature, but the way that a blood bond works means that it cannot go against you.
Okay.
So, yeah, so if it ever had the inkling to want to do anything against what you're saying for it to do, then it would have a real hard time with that, because of the blood bond.
Interesting. And I suppose it's a moot point to ask if the raccoon could tell whether or not I'm enforcing my will on it. It's not smart enough to even know what a blood bond even is.
Exactly.
It would just mistake my will for its own.
Exactly. A lot of the time, yes. So it's, I mean, it's just however cool you want to be towards your familius.
I'm going for benevolent dictator.
Mm-hmm. I have your best interests at heart. I know I do. Yeah, makes sense. Anyway, but yeah, right. So that's that. So just put down somewhere that your raccoon can sense the beast and has the power. Okay.
All right.
Then let us begin. Oh, I forgot that was a thing that you guys did that. That's a good idea.
I forgot. I don't know.
It's just a little note card of just some like who's the prince and all that kind of stuff, and some other things. Oh yeah, that's me. I didn't even see that it was there. Yeah.
Yep.
That works. That's good. Okay. So, I suppose let's assume that Davis went to go get the car to drag the body away and get rid of it, right? And you were waiting to help him get the body away, and you can do that quite easily. And he'll take the body away.
Okay. And then
the thing that you would know as well, let me get this up for me, for you, for me, is I would assume that you would have looked in his pockets.
Okay. During my little marking ritual,
absolutely. And you would find out that this man's name is Christian Warner.
Okay, good to know. Let me... And real quick, this person, Christian Warner?
Yes.
What was his name that I gave him? Or is that not on the board anymore?
You gave him, I believe it was Kyle.
Okay.
I want to say. Let me see. Yeah, it was Kyle.
Okay, great.
Love cold dead hands. Okay. So, Yeah. So you are, the body is taken away.
Yes.
Now that you have the knowledge of, who this man was.
Yes.
And, you, receive a call.
Oh.
Indeed. It is
so-
Mia on the line.
Oh, okay. I was about to check the call ID.
Yeah, well, that's why I was gonna say, yeah, your caller ID
Yeah.
tells you it's Mia.
Yes. So I'll answer. Hey.
Adam, do you have time to come by the office? I need to talk to you about a few things.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'll send a car around.
Okay. And then I'll provide my my location.
Okay.
And just as a quick question,
Yeah.
It's unrelated. You don't happen to have any spare paper at the office, do you?
Yes, of course.
Okay, fantastic. I'd just like to borrow maybe a couple sheets. That's
Sure.
All right, fantastic. See you in soon.
Mm-hmm.
Click.
So it takes. So this is actually a good question for you. A few good questions. I think. What do you have a name for Mia's practice?
Ooh, I don't.
do you
Since
think?
she's a judge, so it wouldn't really be...
True.
She doesn't really have a practice.
True.
I
guess it's the practice that she kind of helps with, because I mean, well, no, she wouldn't help with it, but she does under the table, you know. But yeah, it's more a firm that you are a part of that might be in the same kind of building or something that you've met up with before or something like that. What do you think?
Let's see. Because I'm torn between wanting to do a completely normal name and wanting to do something like, basically, you know how the firms are usually like just the name of the head lawyer there?
Yeah.
I wanted to do something like Michael Knows, as in like Nosferatu. But
God, I hate it.
I know. And it's like Michael knows best, for your case, and it's fucking Nosferatu. Of course, he's not an actual Nosferatu.
No, of course, it's just the name. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't actually know. I think I might need to go with that.
Okay.
We can always change it later.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll go with that for now.
Yeah, we'll do Michael Knows, and knows as in KNOWS.
Okay. Michael Knows.
Actually, you know what? Add a second S, so that way it's Nos.
Okay. So spell that for me again. KNOSS.
Yes, KNOSS.
Michael Knows. Law firm. All right, that'll work for now.
Yeah. Yeah, we may change it later. Otherwise,
that is the way that it will be at the moment.
Yes.
Okay. So in which
You've given me
case,
too much power.
I have. So let's put that office. We'll put it somewhere kind of near downtown south. We'll put it like here-ish. That seems good.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, go for it.
Michael.
You name it.
Yeah. Nos Law Firm. There we go.
Okay. So that works.
Let's see. Maybe should it be like Nos? Oh, you know what? I prefer that actually. Nos.
Okay.
As
yeah.
Can you hear me?
Oh, hello. I can hear you now.
I don't know why I crashed.
Yeah. I was gonna say no.
Yeah.
But at least you're back.
But okay, so it changed it to, KNOESS.
Yes, I see that.
I feel like that's a more appealing look for the name.
Yeah, I think that's better. I do think that's better. Okay. So the car comes, and you. Let me actually. There's one thing that I forgot to look up. I'll do that just in case you want more notes.
Even when it's just two of us.
Yeah. Everything is always scuffed all the time.
Yep, every time.
Okay. So, so you would know that Mia has a judicial clerk who is her ghoul.
Okay.
That she usually has to a bunch of her stuff. And his name, where is it? Yes, John Dupuis.
Oh God, I hate it.
He's always in very formal. Here you go. Very formal kind of wear. He's currently, as he pulls up in a 2012 Corolla.
Okay.
It's also a gray, and he's wearing a gray suit. He's about 5'10". He's got brown hair and blue eyes.
Short king.
God damn it.
So now, what is this, John Dupuis? Sorry.
John Dupuis. Yeah, it's in the general chat there.
Yes.
He's a little like more on the thin side than really stocky or anything. He's just an all around guy that you can definitely see some of the French heritage in him for sure. But yeah, that is John Dupuis. So he comes by and parks the car nearby and signals for you to come and join him.
All right, I'll go ahead and I'll get in the car.
Yeah.
John, how you been?
He nods to you and says, "Adam, it's a pleasure." So, you left the scene of the murder to go to the apartment to get the car, in order to come back and grab the body. Make me, just quickly, while you go and get into the car, make me a wits and awareness, please.
Oh, sure. Do this. Dice. There we go. Wits awareness 4. That's 5. And I'm at 2 hunger.
Yes.
Wow. Hold on. There we go. Would you mind getting rid of?
I got you.
Thank you.
3 successes.
Yes.
All right, cool. Yeah, so you get in the car and start driving it towards the scene. And yeah, you make it there. And Adam helps you load the body in. He also informs you the name of the man as he looked in his wallet. His name is Christian Warner.
Christian. Can I get a little bit of additional information about Mr. Warner? Like maybe location or what? What is that?
That's his name.
Ah, cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get place of residence?
Yes. That is fair enough. At the moment, he lives in the area. I would say in your territory specifically, it would be over here.
What?
Let's put Christian Warner's house. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you much.
Mm-hmm.
And
yellow. There you go.
So this is a fairly like decent enough off area.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to determine if people will come looking for Mr. Warner.
Yeah, I mean, you could go to his house and before you go and drop him off, to see what his living style is and such, if you wish.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Roll me something.
Or, actually, I'll probably tell Boo to do that, or Boo's. fuck, what's Boo's character's
Adam.
name?
Adam. Okay.
Because like investigation is his whole shit.
Sure. Okay. Well. Ooh. Okay. Yes. Gotcha. That is something that I will deal with now, since I did him first. Ah, shit.
Yeah. I mean, like, it doesn't have to be something that's taken care of.
It's not something that that is. I mean, it's as important as it is at the moment.
Like he's never coming back to his own.
True. But yeah. Okay. So
I just have roommate to worry about.
Yeah. Potentially. Okay. So you load him up. Is there anything else that you want to do before? You said you wanted to go and shop a little bit before you went out to the wastes. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's say that you did that before you went to get the body, because that makes the most sense.
Yeah, so I'm not driving around with the body in my trunk.
Yeah. So you can have your supplies for your animals, for sure.
I also want supplies for animals, and I want a hoodie, a bandana, a Japanese Ouija board. They may not have it. Amazon may have to handle me.
Yeah, that they do not have.
Cool. And a Japanese English dictionary.
Oh yeah, easily you can do that as well.
Sweet.
Let's see. Yeah.
I will text Adam that we have both of these things, and we can now communicate with the ghost.
He already has the Japanese to English dictionary that he bought as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I did not. Oh, we now have two.
Yes. He was taking the time to learn it a little bit for conversational purposes at that point. Last session, I think, or session before that, I don't remember, but yeah, he got one up. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, you can also have one for sure.
All right. So with stuff acquired, I'm going to head to the wastes.
Okay. Where do you go out there?
Probably pretty fucking far.
Yeah. Do you want to go past the late night trailhead down this way, or do you want to go up this way on 159? What do you think?
Nah, I'd say past Southern Highway.
Oh, you want to go south?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
let me.
I do my hunting by the late night trailhead. I'm big on not shitting where I eat.
That is true. Let me give you just a little bit of the. Here we go. If I could just easily do this, that would be sick. Why did they make it so that their app now uses print screen instead of letting me use light shot? Super annoying. Yeah. Thank you, Windows 11. Very cool.
This is why I never update.
Yeah, it's, I regret doing it.
Yeah, so I am thinking, how long would it take me to drive to Sandy Valley?
Great question. Here is... Okay, we'll just put it down here for now. Okay. So I've put that little excerpt of the map down here.
Yes, I see that.
So... you get down to, where did you say? Sandy Valley?
Sandy Valley.
Okay. I will tell you. If you want to go to Sandy Valley. Yes, if you want to go to Sandy Valley and you want to come from let's say it was somewhere here, wasn't it? Yeah, there. It would take you about an hour or so, I would say.
Oh, easily done.
Yeah.
Easily. I will absolutely go prioritize burying the body. There must be somewhere over by Sandy Valley.
Sandy Valley is a very small town that's nearby.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
do they have waste? nearby?
They have a cemetery that's actually along that Sandy Valley Road that is right there. That's the Sandy Valley Road. It's like the second most major thing that's on the road. Here, I'll give you a little Sandy Valley. Why not?
Yeah.
Doing so. Oh god.
Dude, actually, I probably wouldn't be too inclined to bury someone in a cemetery.
Sure.
Where they would be discovered.
I get that.
What about the Sloan Canyon National Conservation Area?
Oh, that's even shorter of a time to get to. Yeah.
Yeah, I can probably park like somewhere here on the road and then just like hoof it.
You could.
With the body on my back. Ugh.
You're a strong guy, aren't you? Nope. But yeah, here, I'll give you.
Nah, I'm not.
Okay.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to eat somewhere else.
Well, you do have at least permission to eat around Vegas.
Yeah. Actually, Red Rock Canyon National Park is a pretty big place.
Red Rock Canyon National Park. Yes.
Oh yeah. What if I were to go up here?
Yeah.
By New Wave Cave.
Let's see. Why is it spelled that way? So there's a lot of nothing up there. That's really a highway road that leads to a very like barren road up here. Oh my goodness. Okay, here.
Yeah.
I'll give you this.
Yeah. You're saying lots of keywords I'm looking for.
Yeah. I'll show you. This is kind of that's the general area there, and there's a reason why it's mostly nothing.
That ping sounded really fucking weird.
Did it?
Yeah, it was like a wah.
Oh, weird. So let me
Yeah. This is the sort of area I'm looking for.
Yeah. Of course.
Oh, I should be cheeky and put it on a golf resort.
You could. That's up to you, man. All right. There we go. There it is. It's now up here in the north.
Oh, perfect.
In fact, I'll even move it so that it's kind of in line.
Can you rotate it actually?
Like that?
So that one more time.
Oh, so that it's kind of like
yeah. So that it's oriented the same as the text on the table.
Yeah. It's upside down. I see.
No. The fuck?
There we
go. There we go.
Sorry about
that. Cool. Yeah, I'm thinking this area is pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, you can drive out there if you want. Probably it's probably just an hour out as well. Let me see. If I just do this, and then just do from there. Fine. Do from there and use my weird favorited area that I've got in Las Vegas. It's fucking strange, man, that you can do this. That is so weird. Okay. Why is that? Thank you. There we go. It's actually way faster to go up there. It's only a half hour or so.
Convenient.
Yes. So you want to drive up that way?
Yeah, can we just say that there's like some like visual cover here so I'm not seen limping and dragging a body?
It is the Badlands.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of like big things, but it is night, and there's not a lot of light pollution. You do have kind of that going for you.
Yeah.
So
I guess I'll just eat the risk.
Okay. So you drive up that way. And, where are you? There you are. You drive up this way. And under the cover of night, you bring the body out into the Badlands with a shovel and start to dig. Why don't you just give me a, let's see. Ooh. I'll let you do a intelligence survival.
Survival.
It's a physical skill. It's a physical skill.
Yeah. Yeah, that was what was fucking with me. That's 3 + 2, which is 5. I'm at 2 hunger.
Okay.
No successes.
Good to know. So, you are digging that body into the, or digging up a grave for that body. It takes you a little while. I would say it takes, it's not too long to dig a body, and you don't really get tired, so, or dig a grave for a body. How shallow?
3 or 4 feet.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not like making any records.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's say that it takes about 20 minutes or so for you to dig this hole, and then you start covering it up, and you hear a voice kind of in your ear, and you just hear a, "That was a neat fight." Well, you want to be a fake vampire instead of being a real vampire?
I'm always a fake vampire. I've never been a real vampire once in my life.
That's crazy. Wow. Okay. Well, then let's get it all set and going.
Yeah. Are we using tabletop?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So before we get too far in, I will say I've said this to everybody so far. That I fucked up a little bit. Just how combat works. It's actually a lot simpler than I did it. So in the future, it probably won't happen with you because you're averse to that. As you. But Nikolas. It basically is just you tell me where you want to move. It goes already in progress combats, then range combats, then new combats. That's it.
Interesting. So it's almost like old school D&D.
Kinda, yeah. So it's incredibly simple, and you know it'll be something to get used to and all that later on. But you can join me in the music as well.
Yes, though problem I just now realized.
Yes.
My character sheet is on my other computer.
Well, I can send you the copy that I have, though it might not be exactly the same.
It should be like 90% the same,
yeah,
aside from the hunger.
Yeah. Well, right now you're at 0, so.
That's true. I just had a lovely filling meal.
Yep. Let me send this to you real quick, because we need to talk about that as well, because I technically did not do stuff as is in the rulebook, but I think it works thematically.
Okay.
So let me get this to you. This is the copy that I have. I don't believe that you spent any on skills yet, or maybe you.
I have not spent a single experience point.
Okay, so then you're gonna be a big ol' experience man at the moment. Okay. So, basically the way that humanity loss, or at least remorse, works is that it's supposed to be at the end of a session that you roll for it. And it's on, if you ever want to look into it yourself, it is on page 239 in the core rulebook. Basically, however many stains you have, which you have 2 at the moment, it subtracts the amount of die that you can roll to be remorseful. So you have less of a chance of regretting it and staying human. So getting stains is bad.
So there's like remorse checks?
Yes. So the way that a remorse check is calculated is you have 7 humanity base, I believe. You started at 7.
I think I started at 8, because I think it was something to do with like my consensualist or one of the boons I picked.
Let's actually see. I'll look at your sheet, because
it says 8 humanity on my sheet.
Then you have 8. Okay, that's makes sense. So what happens is when you get a stain, it basically just like does a little slight fill of the empty stuff first, and if you get over that into basically where your humanity is, you start taking penalties because you're so full of remorse and regret and you haven't been able to unleash that yet, right?
Interesting.
Now, each unfilled box, so there would be 2 if you didn't have stains, would be 1 die for your remorse test. But since you have no unfilled boxes, you only get a minimum of 1 to roll for remorse.
Unfilled boxes? What?
Yes, because 8 of them are filled up from your humanity, and 2 of them are now filled from your stains. The last 2 at the end, like whatever isn't actually filled up by your actual humanity. Basically, if this one was on a regular character sheet, you would totally fill 8 boxes and then half fill or whatever slash them for stains for the rest of them.
Okay, so remorse can replace your humanity.
The stains are the ones that replace the unfilled humanity. Yes.
With remorse?
And then the remorse test is what happens to see if you lose humanity or not. So you are feeling, and it's especially for you as Nikolas, as we come back in, as you have been trudging through the rain towards your job because you said you just left to go to work.
I just walked a 2-mile walk to the Grand.
Exactly. So, you would get there in probably an hour or so, really. I mean, it doesn't take... a few miles is not going to take you that long for just a regular walk. And as you're kind of walking, you're thinking about what happened not too long ago. You're thinking about the entire situation, how it could have been. And what I need you to do is basically just make me a single die check. If you succeed, you stay at your current humanity level. If you fail, you lose a humanity.
Why does having more humanity make me worse at remorse?
Because it's easier for you to get more accustomed to the atrocities, because you kind of slip farther and farther away as you continue. It's easier because you feel worse, basically.
Wouldn't that mean I have more remorse?
I suppose, yes. I guess it's just the fact that you have to accept what you are, because you're less than human now, or, well, yes, technically, and also maybe more. Really, it depends on how you look at it. But
curious to just read do we have the books?
239.
I don't have the books on this computer.
Okay. Hang on.
I don't remember if they were in the group chat or in the server somewhere.
They are, but I can get you it real quick.
That's so weird as a way to rule it, because in my head, the more human you are, the more likely you are to have guilt, shame, and regret.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so weird that the more humanity you have, the less likely you are to feel regret.
Yep. Yeah, it's the beast, man. It doesn't work exactly as you logically should have it work, I suppose. At least in this way, it's one of those things where you think yourself human, but it's just a sad reminder that you are not anymore. And the more humane you feel, the easier it is for you to get knocked down a peg. Because when something like this happens that is completely out of your control, it like brings that shock to you, I guess.
Okay.
At least that's how it works in my mind.
Yeah. I guess it's also just mechanically a penalty in some way for maxing out humanity, not making it easy to just stay at max humanity forever.
Mechanically as well, yeah. So, roll a single die and see if you succeed.
Okay, but even if I do fail, humanity goes down 1, but all the stains disappear.
Yes, yeah, they don't.
Gotcha.
Stay. Yeah, you won't just accumulate stains over time. That's not how that works.
All right. Well, luckily, with my luck, I never roll low on dice.
Oh,
that was so close.
So if you'll allow me a little bit, and obviously if I go anywhere with it that doesn't make sense, just correct me in place. But as you're walking, it's that you're thinking about the events that happened, and it's you still regret. You're still at 7, right? So you still regret a lot of what happened, but it's more so, I think, the response that happened from your companions. They were straight to business with it. They straight up, and you heard them, in your kind of haze and coming out of your reverie, really, of them saying, well, we got to get rid of this, and they were starting to plan where it was going to go, and you just kind of heard that on the cusp as you walked away, and it's just that cold usage of logic, really, instead of thinking this is a person, that really just kind of resonates, or not resonates, but really just kind of jars you a bit, and it's reminding you of where you are now, rather than where you want to be.
Yeah, I think there's a healthy dose of shifting the blame off of himself to others. Mm-hmm. There's that sense of denial of, like, I didn't have a choice. It's not really my fault. Yeah. That human nature to blame everything but yourself, if at all possible.
Right. And so with that, you accept what has happened. And you're walking through the rain. You're making your way to the casino. Eventually, you get yourself to the strip. Let me get the strip music.
Oh, I totally forgot to join the music. Oh my god.
That's okay. It's fine. I just had this slow, somber music going the whole time.
I could hear it in spirit.
Sure, yeah. And then we go jackpot time.
Trust things have been well at the office, and like I'm closing the door and sitting down,
and he's pulling away and just letting you, Yes, there's been a few more tough cases here and there that have gone through that we've been hoping for more convictions, but you know how the system is.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, if you don't wind up with any convictions on anybody noteworthy, you know who to call.
Of course. He, as he's, driving along and such, do you have any, well, maybe I shouldn't be asking.
Free to ask?
This urgent request seemed like it had, the mistress a bit more agitated.
Ooh, angry or anxious or?
Anxious.
Interesting. Okay.
Do you have any idea what it could be about?
And so, hang on, let me open my sheet. I've forgotten what my skills are because I need to see.
I should also have your sheet open like a good DM.
Where is it? Ah, there he is. Okay. I would like to roll Awareness, so I want to look the guy over as he's talking. I want to confirm like 1,000% that this is the John Dupuis that I know.
Oh,
and like make sure that this is not someone who is like,
I understand,
someone masquerading as him.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Okay, let me just look at the skills list here. Okay.
Yep. I was thinking probably awareness and wits.
I think that this is actually more of a social skill in the sense of an insight. And then you can use intelligence as well, since you know this guy.
Okay. And then let me see. At the end of the night, I didn't have any hunger, yeah? I did manage to drink from that guy a little bit.
Well, so this is still the same night. Don't forget.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, you are only at the 1 hunger die. Yes.
Okay, so that means I only have 1 hunger die.
Yes.
Okay, so the yellow one will be my hunger die for now. That's a total of 4. 1 insight, 3 intelligence.
Yes.
Okay, that's 3 successes.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Looking him over, kind of listening to his voice and watching his mannerisms and stuff, this seems to be, as for all intents and purposes that you are aware of, seems to be John Dupuis.
Okay.
He's very much acting as you think he should.
Okay, very good. I believe this may have something to do with the fact that me and some members of my coterie, we were out on a drive, and we happened to see that there was an FBI investigation in the area, and we were not aware that they were in town, and I believe she may be concerned about that. That's what my guess would be, anyway.
I see.
That's the only thing that comes to mind.
As far as I was aware, the only investigation that they had was something to do with somebody who seems to be taking the law into their own hands. He smiles a little bit as he's driving.
Well, there's that, but this seems to be something different, actually. We saw them in an area I don't tend to frequent, way out past ghoul territory. Or not ghoul territory, gangrel territory. In addition, we also saw Nikolas and I are both capable of Auspex. And we saw someone specifically. We were able to see him with Sense the Unseen, correct? Or was he just hiding? Okay, yeah. He was. We only saw him due to Auspex. So
interesting.
Yeah. Or her.
True.
Don't know.
That's fair. It's a concern for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know exactly what she's found. I haven't been tasked with doing anything myself, so at least in terms of anything like that. So, but if you should need my services and the lady should request them, then I shall, of course, be of service.
Fantastic. And actually, out of character, what? Excuse me. What sort of services does John provide?
Anything that
would be essentially the same thing as me and Mia.
Kind of, yeah. He also can get access to certain information potentially that has to do with more like judicial matters. I mean, Mia can get to them a lot easier, but she might be more tied up and busy, right?
Yes.
And he obviously is a capable person himself who is also human. So, the daytime is kind of a nice thing sometimes when you need to do some actual, like, moving around and maybe research in the day or something. He's just kind of...
another option.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And yeah, you continue on for a little while longer and eventually make your way to No's law firm. God damn it.
Yeah. You can say Mike's. It's okay.
Yeah. Big Mike's.
Yeah.
But no. So eventually you make it there. We'll say that it's part of the building itself. It's the place that you are employed, technically. Yes. And sometimes you do actually, I assume, actually work cases for them.
Occasionally I come in and do like discovery. Because that shit is more easily done in the quiet night hours.
And Night Court does exist.
Yes.
So
I've seen the show.
Indeed, me too.
No, I haven't.
Ah.
Yeah, I haven't. That's a lie.
But it does exist, so you could eventually potentially try cases, or defend or prosecute cases in Night Court.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. But anyway, you make it to the building, and you don't necessarily go to the actual law office necessarily. There's, again, many different parts of this building that are owned by different companies and such, right?
Yes.
And you make your way to one that has more meeting areas and such. It's just kind of a subsidiary for something that's owned by Mia. And or not necessarily owned by Mia, but in the same family. Inside, what does Mia look like? Do you have a description of her, do you think?
Did I write that down?
I don't remember. Let me see.
Well, okay, you know what? I'll out myself.
You don't have a description for her, actually, so yeah.
Okay. So then I'll out myself.
Okay.
I'll have her be like 5'3".
Sure.
So she's slightly on the shorter side.
Sure.
She's got silky black hair. And she is no, I mean, it actually fits for a vampire. She'll be a little pale.
Of course.
And I guess sharply dressed with glasses, and let's do brown eyes. Okay. Unless they have to be red, because we're vampires.
They do not. They do not. You're good.
Okay.
Okay. Brown eyes. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just make my ideal woman.
I see. There. Okay. Mia Schaefer. Okay.
I have a thing for Ravenettes, dude. I don't know what it is.
Hey, that's fine. I get that. All right. So, Mia is already sitting kind of at the head of one of the tables inside of this conference room. And she waits for you and says, "Good evening."
Good evening. And how did I'll enter the room and sit? In these meetings, would it be normal for me to sit nearer to her or at the opposite end of the table?
Nearer to her is fine. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll sit there, and I'd like to just take a look. How does she look? Does she?
Yeah.
I mean, does she look, anxious and all that?
Yeah, I would love for you to attempt another,
wits intelligence, or insight
wits
intelligence.
Yeah, intelligence and insight will work. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that was the same one I did before.
Yeah. It'll work.
Ooh, I cannot read her very well. There's a single success.
Yeah, she's usually for you, she's very calm, very put together, and she doesn't seem like she has gotten any less like that in this instance. Okay. She has in front of her a briefcase that she is pulling papers out of.
Okay.
She starts to slide a few things over to you.
All right, I will take them and begin to peruse them.
Yeah. So you're reading them, and she says, "I was looking into what you had told me about the other night. This FBI investigation potential. And I found out that the FBI doesn't seem to think that it is related to what they were looking for before. You, really.
The caustic killer.
Indeed. And the problem, of course, is that it is something that has caught our attention. This, and she kind of starts to, the first thing that you kind of look through is a series of crime scene photos.
Okay.
You see that, let me make sure that I get this correct. So you see that They are photos of a young woman who is obviously dead inside of a convertible Mazda Miata.
Okay.
She looks to be she has brown hair. She's a little bit taller than Mia, actually. And
Instant zero. No.
and you can tell that she has they've taken some photos of the fact that she has almost immaculate makeup on.
Okay.
And that there is a definite impression of lips on her lips that you can see in the actual lipstick.
Okay.
Everything else about the scene doesn't seem like it has. It's just more pictures of just more things in the actual area, really. Potential prints here and there of shoe prints and such, though none that can be clearly identified. And yeah, you see that the corpse itself is very, very pale.
Okay. So typical exsanguination.
Does seem to be, yeah. And so she says, looking into this case, we have at least found that it seems like this is a work of someone of our kind. Unless somebody is going around and exsanguinating people without leaving any trace of a exit wound.
Yeah.
She passes over a medical report. She says we were able to get to this coroner's report before it was logged, thankfully. But as you're looking through it, it's clear that yes, complete exsanguination of the victim, but no drug usage, no really anything. She seems to have been not a local either.
Okay.
She is the second that we know of.
Okay. So,
but
if she's not from around here, is it known where she came from?
She came from North Dakota.
Okay.
She's from far away. She seemed to have been taking a trip here with her boyfriend. Maybe, I mean, they were supposed to get married or something. It doesn't matter. But I say second because when we looked into this, we saw if we tried to see if we could find anything at least somewhat similar. And we did. She takes what is clearly photocopies of more notes and some other photos that are black and white because of the photocopy. They show a very similar scene to one that you're seeing here, though the makeup itself is not complete because a lot of the features and such have clearly been picked off by scavengers.
Ooh.
The car itself seems to be closer to the Badlands. It's also a convertible, a Chevy. And from the few notes and things that you can see, it seems that this person was found, out in the desert or near the desert, away from the city itself, And they estimated that she had died sometime at potentially somewhere from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. In 1984.
That's interesting.
Almost a few months, like no, sorry, September in 1984. Yeah, so same kind of time period. At least years ago.
Yeah, so that was what, 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She kind of taps on the notes a little bit and says, I think he was a previous perpetrator who was turned later. And it seems that he's more perfected what he wanted to do, at least nowadays. But again, these are only the two that we know of.
But I wonder why the 40-year gap. There's not many kindred that could hold on that long between feedings. Have you ever even heard of that?
No. I don't know if potentially he was... I don't know if he was kindred before that. Before this one, as she points to the first photo that you see.
But the first victim from 84, that was also exsanguinated, correct?
No.
Oh, it was not. Okay.
Sorry, yes. Looking through the notes a little bit more. Yeah, there's clear
the links are the woman
yeah.
in the convertible with makeup on.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
And yeah, there's clear bruising that is noted, at least. You don't see it.
Okay.
At least in this photo.
I see. Okay, then I
sorry.
pull that back.
No, you're good.
Yeah, you're fine.
I didn't mean to make it so that you didn't know.
Oh, no, you're good. So, at least at first glance at this feels and looks either Toreador or Tzimisce. Or
Actually.
at least Toreador, because they're very attractive women, convertible, Vegas, and also the lips.
Mm.
And also the makeup applied after the fact, it seems.
Mm.
And then, maybe not specifically Tzimisce, but someone with blood sorcery, because I can't think of another...
Tremere.
Oh, Tremere. Yeah, that too. I can't think of another way to draw blood through a kiss rather than, other than blood sorcery or something. Again, Toreadors may know something specific to them. I've never heard of that.
Potentially. Why don't you also see if you get any inspiration from your background and such.
Okay.
Why don't you give me...
I've got Streetwise.
Let's go with intelligence and investigation.
Okay. Hey, that works. That's 5 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, how many successes?
Okay, not a full disconnect.
Yeah.
So I got 3 successes, and hilariously, it is 666 for
hey!
my successes. Oh, wait, no, I have 2. I'm sorry. I thought that was a 1. So I've got 4 successes. I thought that was a 1. It is a 7.
Ah!
It is full of blood. I'm sorry.
Very
These
good.
are my blood splatter dice.
Understood. Okay, 4 successes. Very good. Okay.
Yes.
So you look through this kind of information a bit more as you're talking, and yeah, you're thinking at least again about this pattern that you're seeing. That 40 years is way too long for somebody who is definitely trying to do something like this. Now, you don't know necessarily if there's more that they just never found or something, but at least one explanation that you have that you can come up with is that he was probably put into prison at some point, this person.
Okay.
Potentially. And that will usually keep somebody off for something else, right? They didn't find them for this thing, but definitely for something else. You also think about the subdual of such a person, And while there might be bruising and stuff, that probably isn't all that was done just to subdue this person. You don't know potentially what else might have happened. You could try to find out, obviously. You would have to go and find old cases and such and see if you could match up this one if it was something that got a lot of work done on it or not. But yeah.
Well, I think... So, is this all the material that you have currently?
Yes. Unfortunately, I didn't want to draw a lot of attention to it by having a judge or judge's aide go and look into something that is 40 years old. This is only some of the stuff that I could get from one of my contacts in the police.
Okay. Well...
Probably actually the same contact that you know, more than likely.
Probably. I might have been introduced to him.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I have an idea.
Okay.
So, judging by the fact that both of these women have the bruises on their lips, specifically, and so I'll tell her my theory about the, like, arrest and possible imprisonment.
She nods.
I think it may be worthwhile to look into like violent crimes that would carry, you know, that sort of a sentence. Specifically, look for people who may have been nabbed who are particularly large. Now, actually, do you think I would remember how large that person we saw was when we saw them hiding?
Oh, interesting question.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me a roll for that? Let's go with... Ooh.
I could do awareness, wits, awareness, intelligence.
Let's go with a... Yeah, let's go with a wits awareness.
Okay.
Just to see if there's anything that you can recall from that moment that you got quickly, you know?
Yeah, because obviously that was a long...
It was a while.
No, it was only a couple... Actually, it was only a couple nights ago.
True.
It's a while for us, not for them.
Yeah, true.
That is another... Oh, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, fine. I thought it was going to be another 666. It's 699.
The three
Fine,
successes.
Whatever. Yeah, it's still 3 successes.
Very good, very good. Yeah, thinking back to that figure you saw, they didn't look particularly big.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as you could guess, yeah, probably not that, like, built.
Okay. Then maybe let's try doing this. Try looking for incarcerations that, one, have been relatively recently released, like in violent crimes, and two, people that were arrested and imprisoned for specifically violent crimes in the years of 1984 and 1985.
All right. Yeah.
Maybe halfway between 1985, because I realize it's Vegas. There's going to be probably a few.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be. It's probably going to take some time.
Yeah, and that's I'm sorry to drop all that on your plate.
I will get.
I mean, I can help. I can come in.
Yeah.
And look through some on my own as well.
I can send you with John.
Okay.
And you can go and comb some of the files and such. See what you can find on our databases and such.
And then you just keep me up to date on any recent developments.
If any should occur, I will let you know.
Well, if he's anything like me, it might. Actually, come to think of it, do you have any information on the older case? Like, was that woman also here with a husband or a boyfriend? Or do you not have that?
Let's see if we got that. We were unable to get that. If you can find perhaps the file itself, you might be able to find out more about the woman. But
Okay.
this is at least all that we have at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine. And then the most recent one, you said she was here with a boyfriend.
Yes.
Where do we know where he is now?
Yes. He is. Let's see. What's the thing? It is. His name. Taylor Vinson is his name.
Very good.
Vinson.
Oh, Vinson.
Yes, Vinson. He, since this is still rather recent, he is probably, either staying, somewhere around, or he is going back home. I don't know. We're at least keeping the body here, so he's probably still, in the area, at least for now. But I don't know specifically.
Okay, I'll try asking Earl or Cass, either or. Okay.
Well, if there's also, I'm hoping that if you could make this a bit of a priority to find more about this person, find them, and perhaps either get rid of them or get them for me to present. I'm hoping that this would be good to bring to the next Elysium, so that perhaps we could get a little bit more of more recognition.
It's just a shame they're kindred. I'd love to drink them. Of all the people to commit such wanton crimes, it's frustrating that it's one of us.
It always is.
Well, is that everything you have for me in regards to this?
I suppose, yes.
Okay.
If you do get this all done before a week has passed, that would be preferable. And if you do, perhaps you can join me in the presentation.
Ooh, that would be wonderful. I may have to have you do some of the talking for me, though, as
of course,
I'm not quite used to the courtroom or the ballroom mannerisms, as it were.
Of course.
Now, I did have one question, and I'll be doing this as I'm like standing up.
Yeah.
And maybe you know what? I'm gonna take some pictures of like some of the stuff.
Oh, she just passes that to you. That's for you to keep.
Oh, okay. She's just giving those files.
Yes,
okay.
yes. She gives you the briefcase
So-
and everything too.
Okay, I'll like take the briefcase and set up or stand up, and I'll be walking around the room, grabbing just a couple sheets of paper.
Yeah.
And tell me, you don't. This may be an odd question, and this is unrelated to anything else we've spoken about, but you wouldn't happen to know if there are any Kuei Jin in Vegas or even nearby state, would you? And I won't keep it a secret. You may have noticed some of the flickering lights. I've recently become haunted.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what that is. I apologize. It's no discipline at work here.
I wouldn't imagine so. She looks up at the flickering light above the table.
Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, I found him it doesn't matter, south side of my territory, but the problem is that he is Japanese. And we've been able to do a little bit of communication, but I'm pretty sure that he would love to not be stuck in his immortal coil. And I'd love to
exorcism?
I would love to see if the Kuei Jin would happen to know anything about sending him on his way.
Oh, you don't need to talk to them about that.
Oh, no.
No. In fact, it would be better to not. Of course.
Oh.
I can see about setting up an appointment with a Tremere.
Okay.
Someone who's studied more into the paranormal is such an interesting word to use in this circumstance, but you understand my meaning.
It's not exactly paranormal to us anymore.
Indeed.
Yes. Okay.
Surely. It's probably something that they could even get someone low on the rungs to do for you easily.
Jeez, it's that easy. Wow.
Potentially. I'm not sure, but I can ask.
Yes, if you would just ask, you needn't get it to me immediately. He does have his uses.
Indeed.
But...
well, if I suppose I will let you know, and you can give me more of a timeline if you should wish to keep it for longer.
I'll do some speaking with him and see how he feels.
Sure.
But once I do, if he would like to be sent along his way, one that can speak Japanese would probably be preferable, just in case he has anything that needs to be done before he passes along. That way we can actually really figure out what he may want.
Such kindness. She kind of gives you a small smile.
Well, we're stuck here. He doesn't have to be.
Give me a intelligence insight. Actually, wits. It would be wits. Okay,
wits insight?
Yeah.
Okay, that is just 3, but I am still 1 hungry. That is 1 success.
Okay. Again, oh, yes, that's true. You could, if you wish to, and I think I was doing this wrong before, a little bit, in the sense of, you only take a superficial point of willpower damage, not a full point of willpower damage when you use your rerolls, so that you have, like, basically double that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, then I'll go ahead and use 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, if I get another 10, that will be a crit. So, hey, that's 3 successes and a crit.
Okay, so the crit itself is 4. That's those 2.
Okay, so then 5 successes.
5 successes. Okay. Wow.
Yes.
Very good. Let me just see something very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay. So it's very rarely that you do see into the mind of your maker, really. And there's a moment of, perhaps it's a moment of the combination of pity and slight irritation, actually, at those words that you've said.
Ooh, okay.
But she hides it very well. You wouldn't have caught this, really, if you hadn't been, like, expressly looking at her at this moment in time. It's like a flash.
Okay.
But yeah.
And I can't really tell exactly what it is that caused that kind of irritation response.
Just it's part of what you said. Has made her react in that way.
Okay.
But again, she's like right after she's just pleasant and neutral, really, and says, well.
Oh yeah, but that flickers all I need to know.
Sure. Well, I wish you luck in your little venture. Let me know if you find anything.
Absolutely. And thank you for and I pat the briefcase. Thank you for all of this. It's been very helpful.
And she just continues sitting and watching you as you depart.
Yep. And I shall leave. And then the camera cuts to her and she's pounding the table. How dare you, that motherfucker! No.
So I straighten up, and like I imagine I'm still standing like in the hole.
Yeah.
So I just started, like, scanning my surroundings.
No one's there. You can't see anybody.
I think hello.
You just hear, like, you hear some slight movements, and then you hear, just some laughter in your other ear. I bet you're thinking that this is nothing. That I'm a ghost.
Kinda, yeah.
You're saying out loud, or are you thinking in your head?
I say this out loud.
Okay. And before
So
you,
in response to both,
before you, as you're kind of scanning, you then just like turn your head, and in front of you is a man. His head is misshapen. You can see tall points on his ears, and he is wearing a very stuffy-looking turtleneck that is kind of going up and over with the collar over his mouth and the back of his head. But you can see very visibly that it is touching like the flaps of skin that are not totally going all the way down from his lips down his down through his face and kind of around that section. He's in in this turtleneck. He's just in some like cargo pants, and he's just kind of like standing there, just kind of like, hey.
What the fuck is this JoJo ass character? Hello. Are you a resident of this area?
Well, I guess we're not technically in Vegas, are we? So no.
Yeah. So how long have you been with me?
Oh, I've been following you for, I want to say, see, it's been almost a night now, I think. Technically a little less than that.
Okay. Did Sebastian send you?
No.
Huh.
Actually, good that you brought that up. Hi, I'm Smiley. He holds out a hand.
I tentatively take it and like shake his hand.
Yeah, he's got a strong grip. And he says, so, he kind of hops out of the hole and just kind of lounges next to it.
Okay.
So you're kind of doing a little bit of a thing here. I won't keep you, obviously. You keep digging.
Yeah, I'll get right back to it and just one eye on digging, one eye on him.
Yeah. I was hoping that that I could proposition you a little bit, since you're a little bit of a new one in town.
Okay, 4.
Well, you went in to see Sebastian, and I was hoping that if you get in like kind of tight with him and his group, if you could tell me some things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And whose interests do you represent?
I'm not at liberty to say. You can try to make a manipulation and persuasion if you wish.
Well, I need to know who I'm working for.
Mm-hmm.
2 and 2, that's 4. What?
Two successes.
3. Oh, 2.
Yeah, I only see the 2. Yeah.
Yeah, this one was a success
Ah.
for a while.
Gotcha. Let's see. Do. Okay. You're kind of new. What if I were to say it's for an information broker?
Does this this information broker must have a name so that people can refer to the information broker that we speak of.
Yeah, but you're not high enough on my good list for you to get their name.
All right. Yeah, that's fair. What sort of information are you looking for?
Ooh, now we're talking. Okay, I can see that you're interested at least. Yeah. What?
I'm willing to hear you out.
Well, I'm hoping to find out a little bit about his whole kind of operation. He goes out into the Badlands a lot, and you know, as someone of my persuasion, I'm not exactly able to keep up. And I just want to know a little bit more about the patterns that he takes and the places that he likes to frequent, just so that we can keep a little bit more of an eye on him, as well as just anything else that seems a little more pertinent here and there.
So, as I understand, you're looking for places he frequents, what the ins and outs of his day.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're trying to build a bit of a profile, I guess, on this guy.
Well, in a way, yeah, because we already kind of have one, obviously, just from some of the stuff that we've gotten from being in the city. But yeah, I mean, just to further the information pool, as need be, you know?
And I'm going to guess you already know about his persuasion.
Which you
The
mean?
the fact that he's a vampire.
Oh, yeah, of course. What?
All right.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, of course. Why would we all know that?
Damn it, that was gonna be my big one. Sorry, again, new to this whole thing. That's a neat trick. How do you do it? Will I be able to do it?
Oh, I don't know. Have you tried?
I don't even know what it's called.
That's fine.
Do you just kind of clench a muscle, or?
No, I just kind of do it, and he literally vanishes in front of your eyes.
I make a not too exaggerated of a show, but a somewhat of a show, looking around. I make sure he sees me looking around, and I'm portraying the bit of, oh, I am the brand new vampire who knows nothing.
Ooh.
You have the power in this situation. Don't mind the things that you say around me. I'm stupid.
Give me a manipulation and subterfuge.
That is 2, and that's kind of what I was doing with oh, what sort of... Do you know his persuasion? Oh, wow, that was gonna be the big one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Manipulation and subterfuge.
That's 3. Two successes.
2 successes. All right. He would be. He appears in front of you, just and you can see his cheeks are in a smiling kind of pose, and you can see some of the raw muscle that is poking out from under the turtleneck.
Okay.
And he says, "You don't have to play dumb. Come on, I know you have a friend who can do it too."
Yeah, it's just new to me.
Right. Yeah. Well, anyway.
So you've been following all of us.
Well, I was following you, and then I followed you to your place, and then I came back the next night, and I followed you out of your place. It's mostly that I'm following you. But the others are kind of an incidental thing, which is useful. Don't get me wrong, and I appreciate you. He kind of like gives you a point. But it's definitely something that I mean that whole deal is not super useful to me at the moment.
Gotcha. So you didn't follow along in Sebastian's lair.
Oh no. No.
Okay. Can he see? So he can see people like you.
He has people who can see people like me. I don't know if he can see people like me.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
That's part of what I'm finding out.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. What is going to be exchanged in return for?
Good question. Always a good question. Good. Okay. Well, I'm willing to give you a boon of some sort. If you do some work for me, I can get you some information if you need. I can be a little bit of a contact with the information broker themselves, a point of contact if you wish. But that would be a higher ask, You'd have to do a little bit more for me to do something like that. But
once I demonstrate myself as a friend, the information roadway, that road goes both ways.
Yes, the superhighway itself.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So are you just looking for like items on his day-to-day list and like places he goes and stuff?
Places out in the Badlands, specifically, that he uses for rest. Any kind of information potentially that he might not be as forthcoming about, potentially. Just anything really that would pique the interest of an individual.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll tell his life story to someone he met yesterday.
I'm not talking about his life story. Who cares about his life story? Nobody cares about his life story. It's more about his unlife that I care about.
Fair. Alright, Smiley. I can't guarantee I'll have a ton of information immediately, but here's to a lasting and profitable friendship.
Ooh, very good. Now, if you don't mind, I'm not
big on masters.
Masters?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. You don't have to do anything.
I'm not saying you would be the master. I'm saying Sebastian is the master. I'm not big on him being a master of like say me just because he found out about my existence yesterday.
Yeah.
And already feels like he's in a position of power over me.
Yeah.
Willing to use him to learn a thing or two, but I don't really much care for him otherwise.
You're gonna do good, kid. You're gonna do good.
Yeah, no, hey, I've just been given unlife. I want to make sure that it is as profitable and as productive as possible with the years that I have.
That's very good. That's very, very, very good to hear. Fantastic.
Yeah, of course. Did you need a ride back to the city?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna hop in.
Yeah, cool.
He disappears in front of you.
Of course, but it doesn't help me with the grave.
No.
And I say that out loud. Oh, fuck.
And the door opens and closes.
Interesting. I don't trust that he's inside that vehicle.
Hmm?
So I just like keep my mouth shut and think on convenient what truths do I have that I can already give him? That's Sebastian. Basically nothing. Yeah, okay. There's no way he would expect anything. Yeah, I'll finish the grave and hop back in the car.
Okay. Yeah. And you start making your way back into town, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will ask him where does he want me to drop him off at.
So you hear the voice in your ear, in your right ear. He says, "Just pull over off the highway once you get into town. I can find my way."
All right, cool.
And so you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't born yesterday. But yes.
I was like, maybe I'll be really lucky.
So do you just pull off and let him out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You pull off. He gets out. You hear him open the door and shut it, and there's no movement in the night except for other cars that go by here and there, and people that potentially are walking around. As you start making your way away from the area. Where are you going?
All right, I'm going to the late night trailhead.
Okay.
To find some food.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Same story as before.
Yep.
In terms of parking the car and making sure I'm hopefully not seen and whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just looking for any animal.
Well then, you can give me your survival hunting and wits. So you get an extra bonus die because of your survival hunting.
Okay. Survival hunting. That's 3 plus 4. Fuck.
And then your bonus die, so it should be 8 total.
So 8 total.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wow.
Okay.
3 successes.
Yes. All right. I would say that with 3 successes, you get. Let's see. You only have the 1 hunger, right? So you're not.
2 hunger.
Right, 2 hunger. Sorry. I meant 1 additional. But yeah.
Yes.
So I would say that you find a good old a rabbit, a nice rabbit out there. That you find its hole that it's sleeping in, and you're able to get in there and drag it out.
Yeah.
Kicking and screaming as you plunge your face into its neck.
Before I'm gonna toy with my food a little bit.
Ooh, okay.
Just kind of like poke and prod it, see if I can get any squeals out of it before I finish the job.
Okay. Yeah. I would say that with your successes, you can easily do that and kind of make it so that it's squealing. Let me see something. Okay. You do hear, due to your playing with your food, you hear some sounds of some very noisy howls that are coming from coyotes.
Okay.
You don't know how many at the moment. You could do a test to see. It would be, I think, intelligence plus animal chem would be the test if you want to know, see if you can figure out how many individual coyotes there are.
Yeah, intelligence, animal chem.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be 5 total, of which 2 are hunger. Okay. What? No. Oh, no. There was a dice there.
Yeah, you only have the 1 hunger now, which is fine.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You didn't fail anything anyway.
Yeah.
So it was the 2 successes that were there. This one changed itself.
Okay.
But so you would gather that there are more than 3. You're not sure how many more, but there are more than 3 that are out there.
I'm not too worried about me versus 4 raccoons.
Right.
Oh wait, no, I'm back to 1 hunger anyway.
Yes, now you are. Yes.
Yeah, cool. I will. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna get out of there.
Okay.
I don't need to throw down with any. But I'd like to. So all right. So what's going on in my mind?
Yeah.
Is I think the coyotes are werewolf scouts.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Because I would use coyotes like that if I were a werewolf. I would assume they have some link with canines. And it would be in Davis's character to try to kind of like poke and prod a little bit at the werewolves.
Yeah. Do you want to try to hide yourself out somewhere?
Can I hide somewhere?
You can attempt. I would let you do a wits plus stealth, or a intelligence plus survival. No hunting in this case, I think.
Wits, stealth, or intelligence survival?
Yeah, either one.
Or 2, 3. Sweet. I think I'll do with stealth.
Okay, go for it.
4 plus 2, that's 6. Swap you out. Bring you in.
Whoa, 1 success.
Damn.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting. All right. Let me do something. Okay. So I gotta change the music. Let's go with... And you get to learn about things that I messed up when you did fighting.
Yay!
Yay! So, the way that combat actually works in Vampire is a little different than the way that I did it, obviously. The way that combat works in Vampire is you basically tell me where you want to move, and everything kind of moves at the same time, and fights happen in order of combats that have already been initiated, new combats, and then ranged combats, I believe. So it's literally, it's not even like technically an initiative system. There is a way to do initiative systems, but everything kind of works at the same time.
Okay, yeah. I really like the combats that have already been initiated, new combats, then ranged.
Yeah, I think it's that way. It's either that way or ranged and then new combats, but one of the two. I can find that out in a second here. But let me just see if I do have a better map for this, because I might. My apologies. Didn't think that this would happen.
You thought, oh, he heard howls. He's going to run away with his tail between his legs.
Not exactly, but not in those terms, I suppose, is the way that I would say it. Yeah.
You know, I have been thinking about what I would do when I heard howls.
Yeah.
And until now, I've been like, oh, dude, I'm retreating every time. But, like, I'm trying to play Davis as, like, I'm trying to up his cruelty aspect a bit more.
Yeah, sure.
Especially since having met Sebastian, he's like, no, I'm the predator.
Yeah, it's true. I get that. I absolutely get that. This might take a second to upload because it's high res. There we go.
If I make it out of this combat alive, I'm not going to return to Sebastian tonight because I don't want,
Yeah.
Oh, what was his face? Was it Lucky or Patches?
For the guy that you just met?
Yeah.
Smiley.
Smiley, fuck. I was turning to the page.
Sorry.
I don't want Smiley to recognize that there's anything amiss.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to return to Sebastian tonight.
Gotcha.
I'm going to return to him when scheduled tomorrow.
Gotcha.
But when I go in, Sebastian will find out.
Yeah. I gotcha. Okay. If you will direct your attention north of the map, northeast.
Oh, yes. Can I have a mini for the car?
Yes, I will absolutely give you a small car thing. Let's give you an object for the car. We will just...
I like this.
Yeah, all these maps I bought through a purpleturkey.com. They're all realistic maps. They're all a lot of European places, actually. As far as I'm aware, I think, because I look at the actual, like, if you see in the place that you guys were fighting before, that's a little, it's a little different than anything that I've seen in America, so it's either Europe or somewhere else.
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna say that this blue block is the car. So you probably have the car off this way. Because you were hunting. And let's get... Oh, music stopped, but I will fix it in a second. Because we need some actual combat stuff in a second here. Let's go with those. So you... actually, I'll hide them away for now, because you don't know where they are at the moment. Okay. So, why don't you, in the meantime, give me a wit awareness test to see if you have a little bit more information to work with here.
Yeah. 5. 2. Oh, I only rolled 4.
Roll an additional.
We're at 2 successes so far.
Okay.
And 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. Let's go with this combat music, actually. That seems more on brand with what you're going to be going with here. Okay. So, with your 2 successes, you get the idea that they are circling your position. Whatever they are, however many there are. Where would you like to go? Just, you can move, I would say, you know, relatively a good distance. Would be like,
I'd like
a little bit.
To recess into the scrub.
Okay.
And just kind of like be aware, I guess, of as they move in. My plan, my plan right now, I should say.
Yeah.
Is I just want to break one of, like, I want to grab one raccoon and break its leg.
You mean a coyote?
Sorry, yeah, coyote.
Yeah. I was gonna say, huh? Okay.
Raccoon salad.
I understand. Alright. So you move there. You see some coyotes. Why can I not go that far away? Nice. You see some coyotes that are coming around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't mind,
Mhm.
can we say that? Oh, where's the little bowl of?
Yeah. Hang on. I got you.
Yeah. I just want to have somewhere where I drop the rabbit body.
Here's that. There's a black
Perfect.
bowl. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So you have the rabbit corpse there.
Mhm.
Rabbit. Okay.
It's close enough to the scrub
Mhm.
to not be like, you know, proudly displayed for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
where they may like go in and their hunger may get the best of them.
Gotcha. Yeah, so at this point, do you want to move anywhere, or what are you thinking?
Could I... Could I move to... Wait, what? Get back to where I was.
Yeah.
Could I move to this one?
If you want to move up to it, you can do so. It will be moving this way, basically, and if you want to move up to it to try to get to it, you absolutely can.
Yeah, I just want to snatch one of these raccoons. Coyotes.
I see what's on your brain. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, yeah, so you come out of the brush, and you go for one of the coyotes over here. Please, if you would, give me... You want to try to snap its leg, specifically.
Yeah, I just want to, like, grab it by a leg and maybe have it dangling there.
Okay.
Or... I want to grapple it, basically.
Yeah, give me a strength plus... it would be brawl or athletics, which you don't have.
I don't have.
Yeah, I mean, it's just strength,
roll,
then.
Roll the one.
Yep. Let's see what you get.
Hunger dice. Let's go. Do your thing.
Okay. Success. It will attempt to bite at you to get you off it. And please take 1 superficial damage as you grab at its leg, but it does seem to pull itself away from you, slipping its leg out of your grasp and whip around and bite into your hand.
Okay. HP 4 out of 6.
Yeah, superficial, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have separate slots for both superficial and aggravated.
Good. Okay. You are here doing the combat, so they will move up. This one will move here. This one will move here. This one's coming up. This one's coming around.
But they're not running.
Not at the moment.
All right. I figured they would scatter or at least like
looking at
back off a little bit.
Looking at these coyotes now, you can see that they seem to be emaciated a bit. They seem like they are very hungry.
Got you. Okay. I will break this one's leg and just kind of like toss it over here.
You can attempt.
Yeah, so what do I roll? I just want to reach up and put another hand on the leg that I'm holding and then just
you're not holding its leg because you didn't beat its successes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought the grapple went off.
No, that's what I said. It slipped out of your grasp and then bit you.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's all good. So if you want to attempt to do it again, you could try to do it in a different way, I guess, if you want to get more dice.
Nah.
But yeah, it's.
I'm spec'd for social interactions.
Yeah, it's true.
Can I just very quickly like kick it with a strength melee?
So kicking it would be brawl because brawl is for actual like hand-to-hand combat. Melee is for weapons.
Got you. Oh fuck.
Yeah. Is that what you had intended for your melee to be in?
That's what I thought my melee was.
Okay, if you had intended that from the beginning, you can change your sheet to have it so you have 2 in brawl instead of 2 in melee.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's totally fine.
There we go. Alright, so I've changed Brawl to 2 and Melee to 0.
Yep. Sounds good. Okay, yeah, so Strength plus Brawl, please.
That is 3.
You are now, I will tell you, on equal footing with a coyote.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Would you mind if, because we've done, like, changing my skills around, would you mind if this applies retroactively for the breaking the leg bit? Because I know I rolled a Brawl then.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I should, not roll 3 dice. I should roll 2.
Yeah, for that initial bit. Nothing has changed.
Nothing
We
has
continue.
changed.
So now roll your 3 for this attack. Unfortunate. Two successes.
Alright.
Good. Yeah, I would say that because of that, you do reach out and you yank on this coyote's leg, its back left leg, as it's kind of, or really more its front left leg at this point because it's facing you. You reach out and you yank on it, and you hear a slight kind of crack and from it, you know, a whine, if you will.
Yeah.
And, you can absolutely move away if you wish, if that was part of what you wanted to do.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking now that they have a creature in front of them, that is essentially defenseless.
Right.
Can I scale this?
Yeah, it's not like a high rise or anything, it's just sand and such.
Oh, okay. I'm going to move this way and start making my way back towards the vehicle.
Absolutely.
Whatever my full movement is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can get to there. You're fine.
Okay.
Yep. So these ones go to this body. This one starts limping this way. And these two start going after it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that you easily are able to make your way back to the car and are able to get the fuck out of here.
All right, perfect. I will do so.
Good shit. Okay. You do. So now you get to feel good.
Yeah, everything's great.
Everything's fine.
My life is not a permanent torrent of hell and misery.
That's right.
All the flashing lights and people gambling
now.
away their wives' life savings.
That's right. It's great. So, could you make me a wits awareness test real quick?
Sure. Let me.
And you get to do it with all regular die. You have no hunger. Isn't that lovely?
Oh, that is pretty nice, you know? Just... I can never focus well when I'm hungry.
Right? It's true.
I just had a little snack. How's that?
Wow.
Oh, that's right. That doesn't count as a crit, does it?
Yeah, you need 2 for a crit total. But,
that's right.
But
still 5 out of 6.
Still 5 is very good.
I might be on edge and quite perceptive at the moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're walking through the strip. You're soaked. You're drenched because it was raining. And as you're walking through, you do see across the street and kind of farther ahead, you make recognition with someone who might have been there your first night here. The lady that you took into the alley. She hasn't seen you yet. She's farther away. She's
in the fucking casino? What the
She's
hell?
not in the casino. She's on the strip.
Oh.
You're on the strip, making your way.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Then yeah, I'm just head down, hat down over my eyes as much as possible.
Absolutely.
Hands in the pockets, lowest profile possible.
Yeah. Let me just do something. Now that you're aware. Okay, yeah. So you make your way and you shuffle by through the crowds, kind of utilizing them to shield you from this person. And eventually you make your way into the Grand. Going in through the employee entrance, I assume.
Oh, of course, I work here.
You work here.
I'm a professional.
Exactly. And as you enter, let me just make sure I get his... Carl. You find that Carl is waiting inside a little ways in, and sees you and says, "Ooh, buddy, you're wet."
I do not have car.
Ah. You probably should fix that, but it's a good thing that I've got your uniform in a locker for you.
Thank you.
Come with me.
Yeah.
And
he follows silently.
Yeah, he leads you through to a locker room, taps one of the lockers and says, "Here you go. And get dressed quick. The GM wants to meet you."
GM?
Yeah, manager. General manager.
Oh, boss.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Ah.
I get changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is this like a locker room or just more like a lounge?
It's a locker room.
Okay, yeah, then he'll just get changed in the locker room. He won't bother about like finding a stall or anything.
Sure. And he waits for you outside. And when you emerge, the suit is, a generic kind of suit that's there so that you can look nice and presentable, but also have that sort of imposing sense of authority. Standard mook wear.
Always wanted to be a standard mook.
That's what you've chosen. So yeah, you he kind of pats you on the shoulder and kind of just starts leading you away and up some stairs. And you eventually come to a room. And he says, "You wait here, and I'll let the boss know that you're here."
Just nod. Are there any chairs or like a couch or anything?
Yes. Yeah, there would be a little kind of lounge area-ish here.
All right. Yeah, I'll just awkwardly sit down on the couch.
Yeah, absolutely. He goes inside and takes not more than 2 minutes. And then he pokes his head out again and says, "Come on in."
Stand up and just walk right in.
All right.
Oh no, the happy gamble music is gone.
You walk in, and you see a very sharply dressed man. He is about 5'8", you would say. He's in a navy blue suit and a dark green tie. He has slicked back kind of hair, and he is sitting behind a desk that faces out towards this entranceway. You can also see that to the side there's another desk that has a man who is similarly dressed, who is definitely shorter than whoever this guy that is just in your straight immediate field of view. He's going through some things. He looks up, takes note of you, but he's still working through papers and doing some calculations on the computer or something. The man sitting at the desk in front of you stands to his full height and with a big smile on his face and says, "Come in, come in." And kind of waves you towards his desk that has a couple of chairs in front of it.
Okay, I walk over and just sit silently at the chair, feeling awkward, trying to present, not necessarily even confident, but just like trying not to present my nerves.
Of course. Yeah, why don't you give me a test for that? Let's give
curse my descriptive roleplay.
I'm sorry, but I love the idea. Why don't you give me a composure and You don't have etiquette, do you? Oh,
etiquette.
I would say that etiquette would be the best for this, unfortunately. Okay, so, if you can think of a better one that might work as well.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
The closest I see is Streetwise.
But it's not really, you know?
It's not really.
So,
like, it's part of Streetwise, but it's not what you think of when you think of the skill Streetwise.
I think just roll me a composure, since you don't have etiquette.
That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's go. It's at least one.
Okay, that's a success at least. Let me just do something real quick. Dude, okay. Oh, okay. So he actually, and also, why don't you give me an either wits or intelligence plus insight.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's 5. Huge. Oh.
Okay, one
only
success.
1.
Okay.
I'll send it.
So, the man seems genuinely pleased to see you. He extends a hand kind of forward over the desk, and says, Adrian Nicholson, pleasure to meet you.
And I grab his hand and shake it. I am Nikolas. Yes, hello.
Carl tells me that, we had to make some special exceptions for you.
Exceptions?
This guy's a card, isn't he? And the person who's sitting behind the other desks just kind of says, yes, sir. And, oh my goodness.
Damn monkey.
And, he says, it's all right, it's all right. He kind of walks around the desk to you and puts a hand on your shoulder. It's fine. We're all family here. And you can kind of see that kind of glint in his eyes for a second. And he says, but no worries, no worries. It's always good to have reliable people working here.
Yes, sir. I am reliable. Good to keep hotel safe.
Good, good. I'm counting very much on you, sir. Would, where do you hail from? That accent is so interesting.
I come from Bulgaria when I was a teenager.
Oh, my. Quite a ways away, aren't we?
Yes, sir.
Do you like it in the city here?
I have apartment and friends.
That's
Which is
good.
more than many people.
That is true. We are fortunate when we have such things. He smiles, another winning smile at you.
I am getting straight up. I don't know if you remember from Phoenix, right? The second case, like, was red, white.
Yeah, red. Oh,
I'm just getting direct vibes.
So good. Thank you. That's incredibly kind. Okay. Fantastic. Honestly, keep that.
16 rings.
Yep, keep that in mind. Absolutely, keep that in mind. He kind of circles the back of your chair and just walks around the desk, and he looks out kind of around the kind of room as he gestures with his hands open, and he says, it's hard to be this man. I won't lie to you.
Totally a good thing.
So he says, well, tell me, are you good at spotting the indecent? Do you think that you could make sure that they leave appropriately when needed to?
I have very good eyes, and can be persuasive.
Good.
If troublemakers need to leave.
Very good. And if things were to get out of hand?
I am confident in my strength to subdue troublemakers.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer not to have to, but I understand it is part of job.
Yes, of course. No one wants to get their hands dirty with anything, really. As he's, like, massaging his own hand. He looks over to the person who's behind the other desk, and says, Robert, give the man his badge. And Robert immediately gets up. He searches his desk for a second and pulls out a little kind of name tag badge-ish thing, a little clip-on kind of thing. Walks over to you and just goes over and clips it onto your uniform. And he's wordlessly does this and goes and sits back down. And the Adrian goes, that will get you authorization to come in and out whenever you see fit, as long as you're employed here.
Thank you, sir. I hope to stay employed for a long time.
Good. And who knows? If you show yourself to be a model employee, perhaps we can get you some extra work for a little extra cash.
Yes, sir. Money is good to have.
It is indeed. Oh, and of course, don't gamble at our establishment.
No, sir. I do not gamble. I do not want to lose money.
Of course. A smart man, taps his forehead. If you should find... Oh, yeah, sorry. Did you have a...
I was going to say, I don't know. I don't remember how it works exactly. Is my sense the unseen going off at all with my auspex?
Good question.
The passive one?
It is not going off right now. No.
Okay.
You have not seen anything unusual, at least, so far.
Cool.
He says, and if you see the suspicious types of, some extended family, do make sure to show them the door post-haste.
Sorry, so what did you say? Seeing what about the extended family?
If you see any suspicious individuals of the extended, or the, whatever. What did I say? Extended family? Yes.
Extended family?
I think so. I think that's what I said.
Yeah, I think that's what you said. I'm just...
Why
is that something I should know what that means?
Why don't you give me an intelligence plus insight?
Okay. 4. Two.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. So you don't get the entirety of it. He seems to be very familiar with you. It's an innuendo of sorts. You can get that much. Whether or not that means anything to you is up to you, but he seems to expect you to get what he means.
Alright, I have somewhat of an idea, which
Okay.
means Nikolas might as well, but I don't think Nikolas wants to accept that it could be the right idea.
Sure.
So.
He says, oh yeah, so that is what he said.
Yeah.
However you respond to it.
Yes, sir. I will be sure to take care of troublemakers. Will I be on casino floor or hotel?
Well, I suppose since we've given you such extraordinary circumstances already, do you find yourself to be more useful around throngs of people or potentially patrolling the floors of the hotel attached?
Wherever you believe the Grand needs me most.
A smart answer, sir. Very good. A man of few words like yourself, I feel, belongs on the floor of the casino. I think that you will give, hopefully, the air of a confident presence rather than needing to potentially engage in more conversation in a more secluded place like the hotel.
Yes, sir.
Good, good. Well, I look forward to seeing how you progress there, Nikolas, right?
Yes.
Do you mind if I call you Nikki?
Yes, sir. That is fine.
Alrighty then, Nikki.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
I'll see you around. Do good work.
Thank you, Mr. Nicholson.
He nods to you and sits back in his chair. Carl just kind of starts walking out.
I follow Carl.
All right.
A little uncomfortable.
he leads you out, and as the door closes, he says, "Whew. All right. Well, boss likes you."
Could that have gone worse?
Oh, probably. Yeah. I don't know. He seemed to have taken a shine to you.
I'm glad it did not go bad.
Always good when an interview goes well.
So, what are my duties on casino floor as security?
Right, of course. I had this. Fuck. Where is it? There it is. That's what I needed. Okay. So, the boss says that you're going to be on the floor itself. For right now, I suppose, we will get you on the routes of looking over the roulette tables, if that works for you.
Okay. Routes. I will be walking patrol.
Yes. Yep. Looking for cheaters, making sure that everybody's being, people are collecting their winnings and such, just to make sure that everybody's on the up and up.
Yes, sir.
Make sure as well that people aren't necessarily on phones or using cameras and such. We don't need anybody sneaking any kind of devices in to try to do something to the establishment.
Is this common? Cameras?
Not really, thankfully, but it can happen. Some people have hid some things in, taking pictures of the place when they're sitting down, but they're really, activating some kind of device that they've planted to try to influence the actual roulette wheel. Try to mess with the programming, if you will.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize a metal ball on a wooden wheel could be programmed.
The actual wheel itself.
That's right. I guess you could change this.
Yep.
Speed?
You can make it stop prematurely, potentially, in a way, like slow it down.
Yeah. Well, because the wheel never stops.
Right. But
yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Why did that not keep playing? Doesn't remember the things. Okay. And yeah, just make sure that all they've got in front of them is their chips, money, drinks, and the occasional cigarettes, of course, whatever their vices are, really. As long as they, I'm just like slipping into Adrian too much. Whatever they would normally have, right? Nothing that's like a big bag or, they're not allowed to have big, like, wallets or anything right in front of them. Just anything that could conceal anything where they could use to try to smuggle something away.
Yes, sir.
All right. Come with me, and I'll show you the route.
Okay. Following quietly.
Yeah, so he starts to patrol with you, basically, to show you exactly the route you'd be taking, to look over the roulette tables. Why don't you, while you're here, give me wits awareness. See if you see anything.
Wits, so that's 5, right? Wits is 3, awareness is 3. Oh no, so 6. So also this little guy. What's that? So it's a success.
That's a success. That's a success. You're good.
I guess I'll take 2 successes.
That's right. And oh yes, and of course, the willpower rules that we have now learned apply now. It does a superficial damage instead of a full aggravated damage every time you do rerolls.
Right. Okay, and that comes back at the end of the session.
No,
I forget.
It comes back after each night.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. Or at the start of each night, I suppose. Let me just check something real quick. For something. Okay. And that is that. So, you're patrolling, you're learning the patterns, and you see a figure that seems to be just moving about, but against the flow of traffic, and it seems like people are not noticing that he's there. It seems like they just inherently have this sense to just move slightly around him, but he's going against the flow of everybody, and no one seems to be seeing this person.
Can I tell when I'm seeing something via my Auspex specifically?
Good question. So it doesn't really say that you are necessarily, unless you actively do it, right? You can make the inference, I would say, but at least in this moment, because it's odd, it's out of the ordinary.
Right.
But if something passive happens, I wouldn't say that you necessarily know it right off the bat.
Okay, and remind me, Carl is kindred, right?
Yes, he is.
I know that for a fact?
Yes, you know that for a fact.
Okay, then I will place a hand on Carl's shoulder and sort of tilt towards the guy and say, do you see him?
So he looks towards the way that you say it, and he says, which him are you talking about?
Look at crowd of people. They split around a single point, all of them.
Okay.
But no, and I'm whispering this to Carl. I'm not saying this out loud. Yeah.
Of course. He kind of looks, and he's like, I'm not sure I see what you're seeing. They just seem to be moving to me.
I see. What is protocol for dealing with, special matters? How did Adrian put it? Extended family?
He takes a second and like kind of blinks and then just says, oh. He looks at you for like quizzically for a second and then just kind of looks kind of towards the crowd again, like in a different way than you can see the guy, like he's just trying to see.
Right.
And he says, well, it depends on what he's doing. If he's attempting to do anything to hurt the casino, quote unquote, then we need to get him out of here. And if he's just here to browse, that's okay. He could just be here to look at the food. the servings.
It does seem to be easy hunting ground.
It can be.
And you said he's just sort of standing there, right?
He's moving. He's moving against the flow of traffic. He seems to be walking kind of deeper into the casino. He's just walking. Yeah, looking at him, he's I would say, let me see. Here's my thing. I never have my things where I need them because I think I have them and then I don't. He is, yeah, he's a bigger guy. But he's just kind of walking through. He's dressed in very casual clothing, really. He's not dressed up at all. Just kind of a t-shirt with just a nice, what are those called? It's not really a jacket, but it's like maybe like a button-up kind of that's just on as well. And he's got some jeans on, and he's just walking through. He's make a insight plus wits.
5, okay. All right, 2.
He seems intent, at least. He seems like he knows where he's going, but he doesn't seem like he's doing anything that's provoking anybody, right? He's not going, like, fast, but he's definitely going with purpose.
Okay, then I'll keep an eye on him. Just say, we can keep walking. I will keep watch on him.
All right. You let me know if I need to do anything, since you can see him.
Yes, sir.
So you continue on your patrol a bit, keeping an eye on this guy. And he's, as I said, he's walking through the casino. He... Hold on. Let's see about something. Okay. He continues moving, not really breaking his stride, and just kind of makes his way around a corner as he's going kind of like towards another entrance.
Okay, I'll inform Carl that he went around that corner specifically.
Carl kind of sighs for a second and says, well, I mean, if he's not doing anything in here, I guess it's not really our place at the moment. But do you think that he's gonna do anything? Did you get any kind of vibe off him?
No, he simply walked. He knew where he was going, but that is all. But why hide?
Yeah, that is a question. It doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
Did you describe him?
And I'll relay everything about the jacket, the jeans, everything you told me.
He's got like longer brown hair as well. And yeah, he's just kind of a guy. And so he says, okay, well, you keep walking the route, and I'll go check the cameras to see if he walked in before going.
Can cameras catch Kindred hidden?
No. He's saying if he was not hidden basically before.
Gotcha. That was just Brogan asking.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I don't know the limitations of it.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, they usually can't unless you are. No, I don't think they can then either. They might. I don't actually know. I'd have to look into that. But so he peels off and leaves. Goes kind of towards the employee area as you continue your loop, watching for people, watching for things. About 10 minutes later or so, He comes back. Carl does. Makes his way back to you. Says, "I didn't see him."
He has not come back. Maybe he was just leaving.
But why through the casino?
I could not say.
Maybe, I guess, like I said, he was hunting. I know.
Hunting or hiding. I have had to hide before.
I guess we all have. He kind of looks off for a second and then says, "Well, let's keep going." And
Yes, sir.
keeps patrolling with you for your time. He lets you do it on your own after a good couple hours. Why don't you give me? Ooh. Why don't you give me wits plus insight? Or you could do wits and
Alright.
streetwise.
Let me roll 6 dice and win the game.
Yes, please. God, it would be nice for all of this to be over,
Oh
wouldn't it?
my god.
So, would you like to spend a superficial damage to willpower potentially? I mean, it's up to you.
How many die does each one reroll?
You get 3 to reroll if you do
Per willpower?
if you do a willpower. Yes.
Alright, I just got 4 willpower, so let's do it.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Okay.
One's better than none.
Okay.
I'm leaving it at that. My god, I
Alrighty.
can't roll.
Basically, you now have 3.5 willpower. Technically, I mean, not really, but
Superficially, yeah, it'll
Yeah,
come back at the end of the day.
exactly. Okay. So you yeah, I mean, you continue through doing your job, really. You know, you see a couple of people here and there who are getting a little handsy with some chips, and you know, impose yourself, I assume. How do you handle those situations?
He probably does it in strides of if he sees someone like super obviously trying to futz with shit,
Right.
he'll come and stand just a couple feet away. Maybe make some eye contact.
Right.
And then if need be, like they are clearly ignoring him and his badge, then he will, he'll come over to the table, make sure, ask everyone if they're having a good night, like interpose a little bit, put a lot of focus on the person who he's caught without directly calling them out. Again, a lot of different little things that come before any kind of direct confrontation, with direct confrontation as sort of a last resort.
Yeah, why don't you give me manipulation plus intimidation?
That's what I do. That's 6 die. 5 die.
All right. Just to see how good you are at your job.
I better be good at something today.
You're pretty,
3, okay.
Pretty good. Okay. So yeah, when you find those very obvious ones, yeah. Oh, it's easy enough to walk in or stand menacingly. And yeah, the riffraff seems to settle out a bit. You don't have any confrontations that come up because of it. Thankfully for you, potentially. As your night has gone quite poorly in confrontations. So far, but yeah, I would say, I mean, your shift goes for a little while. It doesn't go for the full night, right? It goes for, let's see, you started at 8 p.m., right? Yeah, and then so. Still about 4 a.m. or so. Yeah. So you got a few hours to get out of here, and get home, which, enough time for you to get back before the sun rises, walking, if you don't hail a cab, obviously. Cabs are available. But, before...
money.
That's true, but, before you go, you see Robert. He...
Which one's Robert?
Robert was the man who sat at the other desk, who looked very similar to Adrian in his dress.
But short.
But shorter, yes. In fact, as you look at him as he approaches, he seems to be about, you would say, maybe 5'5" or so. this guy.
Short king.
That's right. And he kind of he just approaches you as you're making your way to the locker room as the day kind of closes. Or your shift kind of closes, excuse me. The casino never closes, obviously. And he says, excuse me, Mr. Nikolas?
Yes, that is me.
The boss wanted you to have this. And he hands you like a $50 bill.
Oh.
Just for transportation, as it was Carl made some note on how you arrived, and the boss wants you to make sure that you get home safe.
Oh, thank you. Tell Mr. Nicholson. Is that it, Nicholson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell Mr. Nicholson thank you very much for me.
Of course.
I will thank him personally next time I see him.
Oh, good. Very good. I'm sure you'll see him very soon.
Yes.
He kind of like just nods to you and starts to walk away very quickly.
Thank God, Nikolas is terrible at ending conversations. Leaving.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he seems like he was here to do a task and he just fucking left.
Good.
And
Fantastic. That's the way I like it.
And he's just walking off, and you can change back into your incredibly wet clothing. Not actually true. They wouldn't be wet. It would be.
I guess after.
No. I mean, like, it has been dried. Like, it is.
Someone dried my clothes for me.
It does seem like your clothing was washed and dried and is like hanging for you in your locker.
Nikolas is so naive. He's assuming this is how they treat all of their employees, and he loves it.
Yep. So you change into some nice, really nice warm clothes.
That's very nice.
And yeah, I mean, you can head back.
Is it still raining?
Yes. It is still raining. It's still a pretty consistent rain.
Nikolas,
you could pick up an umbrella. You do have 50 bones at the moment.
What's the thing is, I'm trying to decide how much he wants to save. That's a lot of money to him. He has not seen a lot of money in a long time.
Yeah.
And so, what's a 20? This is modern day too, right?
Yep.
So even a 2-mile Uber is gonna run you $15.
Yeah.
So he's like, what's a 20-minute walk in the rain, 40-minute walk in the rain to save $20,
True. You could just pick up a $5 umbrella, at a corner shop.
I mean,
somewhere.
I can't feel the cold.
It's true, but I mean, do you want to be wet? That's up to you.
I was already wet earlier.
Okay.
I was planning to walk home wet. I wasn't prepared for the dried clothes.
Yeah.
Dried clothes are nice, but I think $20 is nicer.
True. Would getting these now nice dry clothes that you've been given be something that comes to mind?
Are they new clothes? Or
No. They're your old clothes, but they're nice and fresh and dried and everything. And I mean, it was done for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was very sweet. I didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you just leave, walk out in the rain. Yeah.
I'm just gonna head home in the rain. Okay. I don't even know if Nikolas has a wallet.
Probably not. Yeah.
Did I have like a backpack or something? I forget.
I think if you want to have had like a backpack or something, that's fine. Yeah.
Backpack or like a satchel or something like that.
Something to carry some stuff with. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, something I can put the money in so that the money doesn't get drenched in my pant pockets.
Yes, understandable. You can absolutely do that if you wish.
Yeah, I think also Nikolas partially walks home in the rain. Same reason he walked there in the rain as well is just maybe I'll feel something this time. Maybe I will get cold. Maybe I will get sick. Maybe I will whatever.
That's true, but yeah, you start to walk away from the strip down into Las Vegas, The rain just keeps pelting down upon you.
All right.
But yes, outside, you do see John. He's already just standing by, and as you exit, he nods to you and says, "I have been informed that I am to assist you."
Okay. Man, she couldn't even let me do that, huh?
Like that, we'll go back in the room. She's probably like looking out the window on her phone.
Yeah, actually, if you do look up, you do see just a silhouette just looking down.
Yeah.
But he just smiles as he says, "She tends to micromanage."
Yeah. All right. Well, at least she leaves me to my own devices most of the time. All right. Well, you'll have to reacquaint me with the building. It's been a while since I've been to the archive.
Yes. Please. And he starts to lead you out and away. And towards the actual law firm itself, that has more. It has like a kind of an archive room, yeah, and it has many case numbers that are just like in boxes and such, you know, a lot of information here, as well as digital information that's on, you know, computers and such. If you wish to look there to see if you have, if you don't want to do physical research.
Well,
but there's also that,
80s.
I was gonna say, there's also that index that you could probably use for the physical stuff that would be, you know, available to you on the computer as well.
Yeah. Well, let's do at least a quick search.
Okay.
And see what comes up with my decided upon parameters.
Yeah.
So, like violent crimes that would carry such a large sentence, and ones that happened in 1984 and about halfway through into 1985.
Right. Why don't you give me... Ooh, interesting. So depending on how, like, I guess the with those parameters themselves, it would be an intelligence investigation, I think, at this moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's 5. Okay. Just making sure. Okay, so that is 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay.
Brogan can eat my shit.
Yeah, you are fucking rolling great.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
Dude, I'm good because I don't touch my dice.
That's true. It's
Dice
all in the cup,
do not
right?
like to be touched.
Yeah. So you're looking through, and you're pulling a bunch of different files that are meeting the criteria, at least.
Okay.
I would say that there are about 15 or so files that do meet that criteria, because they've been listed under basically cases lost, in a way, right?
Okay, yeah, like cold cases.
Yeah. You said 85 to 95, or am I?
No.
Sorry.
The point after the killing in 1984.
Okay.
And then about halfway into 1985.
Ah, yes. Okay. Gotcha. So while you're looking through those cases, some time passes and such, right? And obviously, John's there to help you. He's looking through some, you're looking through the other. You're at least doubling that time, which is good. But from your research here, it doesn't appear that any case that has to do with the law firm has to do with this case specifically. At least in the sense of you have a bunch of names to go with, but nothing that would point to this specifically, I guess. Potentially. You could follow up with 15 names.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything that you want to use to maybe narrow it down a little bit, potentially.
Yeah. Okay, so since I did manage to remember that the guy wasn't very big,
Yes.
could I narrow down anything based on his size and his build?
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. So going by how big are we thinking here? What's your range?
Well, I was thinking something pretty broad, so essentially just nobody like really fat, nobody like really big, no one really small, something like that.
Okay.
Looking for like the average build.
The average build. That's the words that I wanted. Okay.
Okay.
Just in the sense of what you're looking for specifically.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Looking through the average build, it eliminates, I want to say, 10 names. So you are now down to 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then from the file Mia gave me, one woman was found out here in the desert, and then the other one that we found was here.
There, yes.
So I would love to find names from the southwestern portions of Spring Valley and Enterprise. Enterprise.
All right.
And just this general area.
Yeah. You get down to 3 names.
Okay. So,
you have any other thoughts on how to narrow it down, of course? Otherwise, I will give you 3 names.
I would love to hear, based on the cars that they own, or whether or not they do.
Oh, very interesting.
Do they own a convertible, or do they not own a convertible?
Okay. It would be that 2 of them do not own a convertible.
Okay. And finally, is the last one a woman?
The name?
Yes. Is the last one, like the one that has been narrowed down to like the one that does not own a convertible, is that a woman?
It is not.
Okay.
No.
So then tell me about the other 2.
Okay. You have it's Gabriel West.
Okay.
He was arrested for beating his girlfriend at the time.
Okay.
And basically he's, what is it? Like 5 foot, it would be about 8. Yeah, 5'8". Another absolutely small, tiny person, obviously. And he's blonde hair, blue eyes. Thinner frame. It's not super thin, but it's that average frame. He was put away in November of 85. Or no, not November, sorry. A little bit before that, because you said middle. So it would have been March. Yeah.
Okay.
March of 85.
Okay.
And then the other one is Jack Barker.
Okay.
Jack Barker, another very middle of the road build guy. He's got brown hair. He's got brown eyes. He was arrested for beating his mother.
Okay.
Both are socioeconomically middle class. Both had high school educations. Jack Barker flunked out of college. Gabriel West at least attended college to a degree.
Did he get his degree though?
he did not get his degree.
So he didn't attend college to a degree.
Right. It's true. But he did not flunk out. He just stopped going.
Okay.
Jack Barker worked as a nurse. And Gabriel West worked as a mechanic.
Okay. So then, tell me about this third person who does own a convertible.
The third person who does own a convertible, that is Oscar Ryan.
Okay.
Socioeconomically, this man was a little on the higher end of middle class. He was arrested for beating his aunt at a family gathering. He is... Oh, I don't think I told you Jack Barker's height, but Jack Barker's about 5'7". Oscar Ryan, he's about 5'6". And he is a dirty blonde. He is... he also has blue eyes, and high school education. He got a bachelor's in business, but he had a couple of failed startups.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Jack Barker was the nurse, or he was the mechanic?
He was the nurse.
Okay, nurse, and then he beat his mother?
Yes.
Okay, and then who was the third one again? I apologize.
Oscar
the
Ryan.
First one. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. The first one was Gabriel West.
That was a Gabriel West, and he beat his girlfriend.
Yes.
Beat girlfriend Mac. Okay. Okay. And they're all in that area.
Yes.
And they're all about the same. 5'7", 5'6".
Average builds.
5'7", you were 5'6". And Gabriel was what, 5'8" or something like that?
Yes.
Or another 5'7"?
He was 5'8".
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Do
they have
prison
any
stints, if you want to know how long?
Yes, please.
Jack Barker was let out for good behavior. He was let out... Let's see. And remember, it's 2023 now, so he was let out in 2010.
Okay.
Was
one hell of a beating.
Well, he was let out for good behavior, but he was in there for a little while.
Oh, no, I know. I'm saying that's a long time to be in prison for a beating somebody.
Yep. Gabriel West, he was let out in 1990.
Okay.
And Oscar Ryan was let out in 1980. What was it? Yeah, 1988.
Okay, so I think those two may be out. Who was the one that was most recent in 2010?
Jack Barker.
Oscar? Jack. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then... Okay. And Jack Barker was one of the ones who does not own a convertible, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so then, well, does this provide any, residential information, like where he lives?
It at least, gives you where he lived at the time.
Okay.
So he would have lived, in Spring Valley here, in Spring Valley at the time.
Okay. I'll go ahead, whip out my phone, and
Sure.
I would love to call Earl Vaughn, who is a police officer.
Yes.
He is not kindred, though.
That's right. Yeah, okay. You called him about something else before, didn't you? I think
So.
this was a while back.
I think it was for so we called Carl Whittaker, the pit boss,
Yes,
for
that was for
Nikolas,
that.
but then I think Earl I called maybe to see which if there were any casinos who were like throwing out criminals so that I could go and get a
That's right.
So I could just basically just so I
Yes.
could get a quick drink every now and then.
Yes, I gotcha. But yeah, no. So you call Earl, and it takes a few rings before he picks up.
Hey,
Adam, what's up?
I got a question for you. I'm working a case and trying to track down a bad man.
Oh, I see.
And I was wondering if you might have any information on somebody's current residence. This is from a relatively old case, but we believe it is it's worth digging back up again.
I see. Oh, you were going to say something, sorry.
And I was just wanting to ask if you happen to know where a man by the name of Jack Barker happens to live currently, if you guys have that information on hand. If not, that's fine.
Why don't you give me a manipulation and persuasion?
Absolutely. That's the biggest roll I'm ever going to get, I think.
Not necessarily. No. Subterfuge would be bigger.
Oh, I know, but oh, yeah, no, I just never really get the opportunity.
To lie.
Yeah. Okay, persuasion and manipulation.
Yes.
Okay. That is 7 dice. That's all my D10s.
Ooh.
I gotta get my fancier dice D10s to get any more. Okay, so that is... Oh, shit, there we go. Okay. It's a shame that doubles don't do anything. That'd be fun. Okay, so
only doubles on crits, really.
Only doubles on crits, yep. So that's 4 successes.
All right, yeah. He says, yeah, I guess so. Let me see.
Okay,
you hear some typing in the background. And, he says, so, what is the, if you don't mind me asking, I mean, what's got this case, getting you involved?
Well, at the moment, unfortunately, since this one came to me directly from Mia, I'm not at liberty to say yet, but maybe in the future, I'll be able to. I do apologize.
Yeah, no, I get you. I understand.
It's something the higher-ups want to keep on the down low for now.
Right. Of course. No, I got you. Not a problem.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No,
I would.
It's all right. Well, I mean, you'll let me know later, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So he gives you an address.
Perfect.
It is 7239 Zaxby Ave, Las Vegas, Nevada. There you go.
I love Zaxby's.
Saxby, sorry. Saxby.
Oh,
sorry.
7829 Zaxby's Road.
Saxby Ave.
Zaxby Ave.
It's in the chat there for you.
Okay, yeah, I'm putting it on my note and I'm calling it Zaxby's.
Absolutely, that's fine.
I want Zaxby's.
I've never been, actually.
Dude, it's so good.
Really?
Yeah, it's just very, very... Now, I'll tell you this. It is pricey, but it is
really?
very, very good fried chicken.
Okay. I'm not a big fried chicken guy, so...
Okay, well, it's chicken tenders.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
that'd
it's
be
tenders.
fine.
They're very, very good.
Okay. Let's see. I think it's here-ish. There you go.
All right.
Cool.
Very good.
Don't need all of that information there. You just got that. There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
There we go.
So yeah, that is. He says, yeah, that seems to be where he is right now, or at least where his last, registered.
Yeah.
To.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yep.
And you take care, man.
Yeah, you too. Good luck.
Click. Thank you.
Click.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and turn to John and be like, well, this one seems pretty likely. The other two may come back up, so I'll, if you would be willing to at least take down some of this information,
sure.
That'd be very helpful.
I can do that. Yeah. Starts
And then what time is it anyway?
I would say this is like some hours of research, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that it was like 8 something when you guys were kind of doing your big old fight thing, and or it was a little before that, I think, because 8 was when Nikolas had to go to work. So
so this may be like toward the end of the night.
Yeah, I want to say that it's probably near to the end of the night. Yeah.
Okay.
I say you have
fine.
a couple hours left, but not that much. You know.
Yeah.
You could swing by there if you wanted to.
I will tell you what. I'll head through the area on my way home.
Okay.
Because wait, where are we?
You guys are at the green.
Oh no, but where's the over here? Yeah. Okay.
Oh
so
yeah,
it's
true.
Not really.
You could.
It's not something I can really hit on the way.
Yeah, that's true. It'd be kind of a
then
thing.
I think I'll just head back.
Okay.
Just in the off chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you head back home.
Yep.
Yeah, you get a ride from John, and eventually make your way back to the apartment.
All right.
And that's
And
where we can meet up with the rest.
Yeah, that's where I can end my night.
Yeah.
I would like to say though, I didn't actually. It was from the last session. I want to say, it was one of the things that I sent that was my objective for the night to regain willpower.
Yes. Yeah.
It was actually specifically to. Let's see. There's my letter. Oh, by the way, I'll go home to the apartment and write out my letter.
Absolutely.
You already have that.
Yeah. 100%. I got it. Yep.
And then let me see what. Because I could have sworn I wrote down what I wanted to tell you, or that my objective, but I can't remember.
Oh, let me see.
Wanted to communicate with the ghost. There was that.
Yeah, it was.
And then it went straight into card games and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think.
Okay, then maybe that was it.
But
from the last session, unless you want me to have a goal for this session as well.
Yeah, you would have, but I forgot to mention it before. But you know what? I'll be nice. I'll give you one back for free there.
I know what my goal was specifically.
Oh, okay.
The one that I was gonna assign. I wanted to ask about the Quajan specifically.
I see.
That was my actual goal. That's why I did that.
I see.
Earlier.
Well then, yeah, you gain a willpower back. Absolutely.
Okay.
Heal 1
that is
willpower.
So now I'm just back to full, basically.
Cool. Yeah. So you start, and you can have your letter sent out by John if you wish, before the others get back.
Ooh.
He
Okay.
can send
Yeah.
it
Sure.
somewhere.
Let's do that.
Where you can tell me the news thing if you want. But or it could be just the local news. That works too.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's see. Maybe I'll write it and copy a few of them.
Yeah. Okay. You're gonna send it out to a bunch of places.
That way, it can be to a few different places.
Sure. Yeah. You can do that for sure.
Yeah. And you know what? Hilariously, I would love it if I sent out maybe 3 or 4 to different news places, and then one directly to the police as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You can do that.
Yeah.
100% you can, and have done that for sure. So that
so that way the next time, this is at the end of this night.
Yeah.
So the next full session we play, that'll be on the news.
Exactly. Okay. So I would say that you get 2 experience points for doing your thing today. You did a little investigating. You got a little lead here. You got an objective and everything. I think 2 is plenty.
Where is there a spot for?
It's on the second page of your character sheet, I believe.
Second page, blood potency. There it is.
Yes.
Total XP. Okay, 2.
Yeah, because I think you spent it all last time, so now you just have the 2.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Very good.
Cool. Well, I'm glad that we were able to get this in.
Mm-hmm.
Super fun.
Yes.
Did you like the little investigation thing?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Fuck, I love it. I like doing that kind of shit. It lets me think.
Yeah. It
lets me think. It lets me do more than just use dice to be okay, I want to investigate.
Yep.
Roll dice.
Yep.
No, I got to actually think about what I'm searching for and leads and plot threads and all good shit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great.
Awesome. I'm glad. Yeah. So, you get in the car.
Manipulation, brother.
That's right.
It's a superpower.
That's right. You get back in your car and you start making your way where?
To the park.
Yeah, easily. You make your way to the park, and get a little smaller. There we go. And yeah, you make your way to your raccoon spot.
Yes.
And
the coon cave.
don't like that. Not a fan of that one.
The coon cave.
Still not a fan, in fact.
This makes it worse.
Indeed. So, you get into the little grove of trees to be unable to be seen, and if you wish to, you can summon your animals with feral whispers by rolling a rouse check.
Yeah. By the way, I'm here on cooner business. Don't get me wrong.
Don't like this.
This is now part of the campaign, brother.
I understand.
But I do also have the crows that I hired out earlier, showing up.
Yes. If you want to be able to do both, like talk to both of them, you'll have to do 2 rouse checks because.
I'm aware.
Okay. So if you want to, right now, you can roll your 2 rouse checks.
Okay.
And
what do I roll for those?
it's just a single die. If it's a success, you don't get hungrier. If it's not a success, you do not get hungrier. Or
success, I do not get hungry.
That's right.
I can talk to raccoons.
You can. And also a success. You do not get more hungry. Very good. Okay. So, the raccoons. Actually, I would say that the crows would be there first. They would be able to get there faster.
Alright.
They're just, hey, you, hey.
I wave and hello. Sorry, and what do I do for my crow voice? Davis basically, his shoulders get like a little tenser, I guess. He holds his shoulders like closer in.
Yep.
And he just starts like kind of pecking at his shoulders and just removing like little debris, little sand, little specks of blood from the rabbit and the coyotes, and just kind of licking at it and doing what I can to preen myself, basically.
Yeah, totally.
And I walk up and then, hello, food as promised. And
Good.
I squat down and I start taking the eggs out of the container and basically just like poking a hole through them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And setting them upright so that way the contents of the eggs don't spill out over the grass.
Yep.
I additionally rip open a package of shelled peanuts and get to work. Like, I'm basically just sitting crisscross applesauce.
Yeah.
With eggs in front of me and cracking peanuts in my lap.
Yeah, absolutely. And the crows do come down and they start to eat the eggs. They're like, thank you for food. Good fun. Good fun.
Have more job in future.
Good. Yes, more food? Yes.
Yes.
Good.
No. If have job, will give food.
Okay. Yes. Can do thing for food.
Yes.
Good. They're just eating.
Yep. And I sprinkle a few peanuts by each egg.
Ooh, nice. A little smorgasbord for them. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did good.
Little crow charcuterie board.
Indeed. They did really well. And eventually the raccoons do make an appearance. They are let's see. The one who has been eating from you comes up no problem. The other one that's been trailing along with it is a little more hesitant about the crows. But is making its way, a little slower around. Not really coming too close.
And for the raccoons, I sprinkle out some hamburg, and some berries.
Okay. Yeah, they start to take and start eating. The one who has been eating from your arm comes up with like one in its hands. He's like, I eat.
Eat. Want food from me?
Yeah.
No, excellent. And I should retroactively state as the raccoons come up, my body posture changes.
Yeah.
And I go from very like prim and almost like stiff and upright to like hunched over.
Yeah.
And looking around. And I go, get here, take. And I will bite my thumb like Aaron Yeager and hold it out to the raccoon.
Yeah, and it starts washing the food in your blood and starts to eat. And yeah, as it continues, I hereby pronounce that it has become your familius.
Excellent.
Yeah. So yeah, it is now free to use your feral whispers on that animal specifically. It has the power of sense the beast, as I've said before, and it now, as long as it's fed on a regular basis of your blood, which isn't like every day, like it's
yeah, once a month, as I recall.
Yeah, I think so. And but yeah, it never will age along with you, so you now have an immortal raccoon. So yeah,
the first of my army.
Indeed. Yeah, you can have as many ghouls as you want, but this is the only familius that you can have.
Oh, okay.
But the only downside, of course, is feeding these ghouls and your familius cost a hunger, which please add 1 to your hunger now.
Yes.
So every time you need to feed them, you better have the blood for it, basically. But yeah.
What is my 5 is full, yes.
Yeah.
5 is full hunger.
Yeah, so you should be at 2 again.
5. Yes.
Okay. But yeah, you have your animal compatriots around eating. You're hearing the chatter between the crows of like, yum, good stuff, work more for food, yes. And the raccoon is just eating his fill and going like, love eating your blood. It's good. Yum.
Yeah. Oh, did he get more verbose?
Kind of. It's not like he doesn't know what blood is, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose.
So, but the other raccoon is just kind of eating and just kind of going like, weird birds don't know, but like food. It's just kind of there.
I turn to that raccoon and say, relax, plenty food for all.
Okay. Why don't you give me a charisma plus animal ken?
I would love to. Would this benefit from my bonus dice that I get from animal ken raccoon?
Yes, it would.
Yes, yeah, fuck yeah. What was the attribute?
It was charisma.
Sweet. That is 3 plus 4. That's 7 total, of which I'm at 2 hunger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
One success. Well,
Damn.
the raccoon continues eating. It doesn't seem like it's less hesitant or anything. It's eyeing the birds. You know, it's being very cautious.
That's fair.
Yeah.
How many crows remain?
Just the 3. They're still there. They're eating at the moment. They're finishing up, I think, at this point.
I will wait until 1 crow remains.
Okay. Yeah. Your Familius raccoon, however you want to refer to it, if you want to give it a name or anything, it will stay with you now. Unless you tell it to do something else, it will follow you around if you want it to.
Okay.
But yeah, it's now, you know, just kind of with you, just kind of hanging around, and
Perfect. That was already going to be an order of business. I was going to have it hang out in the backyard.
Okay, yeah. And the other raccoon kind of wanders away, and the crows start to make their way off. You can catch one of them to have a word if you wish.
Yeah. While I'll set out a couple more peanuts by 1 crow, so it stays around a bit later eating than the rest.
Sure. Yeah, you do so.
And then while it is eating, I go, hey, psst. But softly.
Yeah.
I have one more job for you, just you.
Yeah, food for me, only me. Yeah.
Eat this peanut with some of blood on it.
Okay. Why don't you give me manipulation plus animalism to persuade.
Sure.
With your feral whispers power.
I have animal ken. Where's animalism?
It's your actual discipline.
What? Okay, how do I use that?
It's however many pips you have is however many dice you use.
Oh, yes. Duh. That is 3 plus manipulation, you said?
I did.
Alright, that is 5, of which I am at 2 hunger.
I did that wrong for that one. Oh. 2 successes.
3 successes.
That is a skull, which is a failure.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. So 2 successes. Yeah, I would say. Oh, what is that? A big die? Oh wait. I would say, yeah, that's probably enough for it to go. Okay. And yeah, you can feed it that. Lose another hunger if you wish for this to also become a ghoul.
I do indeed.
Okay, so you are at 3 hunger. Sorry, gain another hunger. And now you have ghoulified this crow as well.
Perfect.
It also would get sense the beast.
Crow. Sense the beast. I am just looking at expanding avenues of information gathering.
Absolutely. It's understandable. It licks its beak slightly.
Okay.
Yum yum.
Good. Actually, really quick, Alejo.
Yeah.
What are my rules for ghouls?
What do you
mean? How? Now that I have ghoulified this creature,
yes.
What is my relation to it? I need to feed it once a month, sure.
Yeah.
but does it otherwise just kind of do its own thing, except for when I ask something of it?
Let me make sure, but I believe so. If you wish to know more about ghouls, it's on page 234 of the core rulebook. You get it gets the first dot of your discipline. It heals faster.
$294, you said?
234.
234.
Yeah, it just goes about unless you tell it to do other things. Really, it's just like you can have it do things for you, and it is bound to you in a degree. But yeah, it's basically as easy as talking to. And now that and since you have the ability to actually talk to them, it's way easier for you to command them. Really.
Yeah. So I don't need to roll a rouse check to speak to the crow or the raccoon?
You only don't need to roll a rouse check for the raccoon because it's your familius.
Got you.
A ghoul,
Okay.
yeah, ghouls themselves for animals you would have to still.
Alright. Thank you for jobs. Have more job in future.
Yes, good, yes. Okay, I come find here?
I usually here, not always.
Okay, where else?
Follow?
Okay.
I go in vehicle.
Okay.
You follow from sky. I drive slow.
Okay, yeah.
And I will drive the crow back to my apartment.
Yeah, absolutely. You easily and are able to have the crow, you kind of show it the vehicle, the raccoon hops in, and sits in the passenger seat, like a little, like sitting,
like a dog.
Yeah, like a dog. Except more sitting on its actual like haunches with its back against the backrest, just kind of sitting there and like waving its hands sometimes, going wah, and having a great time, really, and never been in one, fun, and yeah, you make your way back to the apartment. I think honestly, you could do a little bit more tonight, but you don't have too much of your night left.
Yeah, but honestly, that is all of my orders of business.
Very good. Okay. Then I think that that will conclude your little section here. And you've done a little bit.
Really quick,
Yeah.
Do you mind if we play out the setting up like a feeding area in the backyard?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I just want to get this raccoon a home that I can like put it in.
Yeah.
Do we have like, I don't know, bushes or something?
Oh yeah. You have a little bit of shrubbery and stuff that's around in the backyard. Yeah.
Maybe a tree.
Yeah, I'll permit you a tree. Yeah, that works.
All right. See, I just want to set up a feeding area for raccoons, birds, and probably squirrels.
Okay, yeah. There's a small area that you can use in the backyard. It's not a big backyard, but it's at least enough for a few animals for sure.
Cool.
So yeah, you go back there and you kind of point out the places for the raccoon and the crow. The crow kind of roosts up on the branch of the tree, and he just goes, "Okay, yeah, tree, gotcha, here."
Yes.
And it kind of flies around and kind of circles the area to like see everything around, just so that it can remember all this stuff, and then comes back down.
I put a peanut in my hand and hold it up, like trying to get the crow to like jump in my hand.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it jumps down.
Yeah, it jumps down, starts eating the peanut, and I just start very slowly like petting it, I guess.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, by the way, just you.
Okay.
Tell no friends.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I will tell you when to start bringing friends.
Okay. I don't tell friends. I only me. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just you.
Okay. Yeah. My food and that. And kind of looks down at the raccoon that's just kind of trailing behind and sniffing around the bushes and stuff. My food and also that food.
He friend. No need worry about him.
Okay. The raccoon looks up. You friend! I friend! We friend!
Yeah.
Yeah. And just kind of starts waddling around into the brush and kind of starts, climbing the tree and everything. And
exploring around.
Yeah, sniffing and peeing in places, It's good.
Cool. Perfect.
Yeah.
That is all I need to do.
Okay. Yeah, and so the next time we all get together, I'll probably have you all, if you wish to talk to each other for the end of that night, you can, but otherwise, yeah, you've done a bit today, and I will give you 2 experience points.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ooh, thank you, master. I reach forward like a like a street urchin, and you've tossed a couple shillings on the road.
I have indeed.
You're a passing noble, and I very quickly scrounge up the experience points.
Indeed. What's that put you up to at the moment?
8.
Ooh. Anything that you want to get for a power or something?
I think everything I want is expensive.
If you want to start going for obfuscate, I would say because
is obfuscate what Smiley had?
Yes, it would be. If you want to go for that, you can start. I think it's 7 when it's out of your. Here we go. When it's in other discipline, not your clan discipline, it's 7 experience points to do. Next session, before you can use it, I would have you get the blood type that's associated with it, which would be, I want to say, melancholic. Let me make sure I didn't put it in this chat, did I? Awesome. But
How do we get a melancholic animal?
You don't get a melancholic. You have to get a human. You have to get human blood.
Oh, okay. So I can feed from humans if it's for like a specific type of blood.
This is the thing. You have your unique thing. So if you want to get a power that's outside of the animalism tree, then you're gonna have to, or the protean tree, because I think protean is also animals.
Yes.
If you want anything like that, you're gonna have to take that hit and try to get something from outside of it, right? Because you take a -2, I want to say, when you're trying to go for blood that isn't an animal type. That's why, if you do want the obfuscate power, it's gonna be a difficult process for you potentially, because it needs that human blood element. That's kind of how I'm doing the additional power types, and also your higher powers when you get more points into them if you do.
So say I were to enlist Adam's help with hunting the human.
Uh-huh.
Oh god, no, because I have sworn that no human would die because of my hunger. I can't do that.
Well, they don't necessarily need to die. You just need to get a slake of hunger.
Yeah, so what I was thinking was have Adam hunt the human and basically stun them by feeding off of them slightly and putting them in the torpor. And then I would finish them off. And that way I would get the melancholic blood. And as a happy little side effect, because I'm drinking them dry, I would lose on my hunger. However, I forget that I, as a character, have sworn.
Well, again, you don't need to kill them in order to get the power, is what I'm telling you.
But humans only have so much blood, dude.
Yes.
So
a
like,
full human can be slaked up to 4 hunger. That puts them in critical condition where they need medical care. But you can do 1 and it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick. What would them missing 2 hungers worth of blood look like?
It would be. Let me see. Oh, there's that. Yeah, it's melancholic. Okay. And then 1. So 2 is your maximum non-harmful drink from a human.
Okay.
Yep. 1 is a sip, and 2 is max to not harm them. Anything after that would, unless they have already, had themselves eaten as well. Like it just, anything after that 2 that they've taken would potentially do damage to them.
Interesting. And how effective is the torpor of so I'm
It would last a few minutes, the torpor itself.
I'm imagining, does it apply to a few minutes before the bite? Like, will my face be forgotten?
No, your face, like if they've seen you, unless you have a power to say, "Oh, forget me," you will probably not be forgotten, but you will be associated with something pleasurable.
Okay.
Yep.
Unless they wind up injured in the hospital.
No, still pleasurable, but things are weird.
Okay. Cool. Man, being a vampire is... This is like Aiden talking.
Yeah.
Being a vampire is kind of great. Like, you can kind of do whatever to mortals.
Yes. That's the whole point.
Yeah, no, I'm starting to understand that now. Before, I was like, oh man, I have an eternal life that I must protect and do what I can to make sure I'm not found out.
Yep.
But like, nah, dude, you can just go out and feed on someone and it's fine.
Usually, yeah, as long as you're not seen and caught and whatever, yeah. I mean, it's still, it's just depending on circumstances, that's all.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
So if you do want to get that obfuscate first level, next time you'll just, before you can do the power, you'll have to drink a melancholic person.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pushing that to the background. I will, because I would like to spend my 8 XP.
Sure.
But I will take a look at the player's handbook and see if I can figure out a shopping list of abilities.
Yeah, as for skills and stuff, I would say that anything above 3rd pip is probably unreasonable at this point, just because you'd need more time before I would say that it's like you're experienced enough, slash circumstances, but depending on what they are. But before that, probably okay. It really depends on the flavor text and such about it.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions about anything, let me know, and then we'll convene the next time we're all together, and we'll just I'll just we'll go over what you got and everything. Why don't you give me another wits awareness, please?
I'm really glad I put a lot of points to those.
It's good stats.
Please roll something good. Please roll something good today.
Well, you got 1.
I got that 1-5 success earlier on the first perception check, everything else.
It's very good. Yep. That's
all
true.
Right. He said, I think he's in his own head.
Yeah, absolutely. Understandable. So you're walking. Let me set the mood a little bit more, because this isn't... You're here? In this happy-go-lucky times? No.
I'm just having such a good time.
No. No. That's alright. Let's go with that one. I like that one. That one's always nice. So you're walking. It's nice. It's, well, it's raining. You're going down the streets. You know, people are walking by here and there. And you're in your own head, as you said. Yeah, you're thinking about it. You're thinking about all of the things that have happened this night, you know, just making your way towards the apartment. And there's a moment as you're kind of crossing the street, kind of going towards a more, you know, unlit part, where a streetlight rarely actually isn't. And you feel a tap on your shoulder. Somebody's behind you.
I do whip around kind of shockedly, like just getting a little defensive.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a woman there. The woman that you recognize.
God damn it. Can I help you?
She's like, give me an insight plus intelligence.
I hope she probably is obsessed with the feeling and wants it again. 2.
Okay. You can definitely tell there's nervousness in the way that she's looking at you and then kind of looking to the ground and looking around a bit, and this is incredibly hard for her. You can feel.
Are we sort of like alone right now? We're off the main strip, right?
Yeah. She says, I remembered something vaguely. I remembered you, but I don't know. There's something you showed me, and I need to know if it was real.
God, I have choices to make here.
Mm-hmm.
I am sorry. You must have me mistaken. I don't know you.
Ooh. Gaslighting. I love it. Okay.
Listen, he's not proud of what he did.
I understand. Why don't you give me manipulation plus subterfuge, please?
6 dice. Like, I would love to have, like, if it could turn into a beneficial relationship thing, like a consensual partner to feed on, but I don't think Nikolas is comfortable with that yet. Oh my god!
Wow, that's 5. Yep, that's 5 total successes. She's, I might as well try for her roll. Actually, okay, she would, because she is of this, and so she would have a little bit more experience in talking with people. Oh my god, she also got 5.
Oh,
like,
shit.
I literally got 2 crits, or 2 10s technically, and then a single success. Wow. Okay.
Damn.
Sorry, Nikolas. She like squints at you for a second. Says, No, I remember you. You pulled me into that alley. I remember you. And I remember you, and then you were gone. But I remember you. I know I do.
You got scared. We met in the alley, and I was willing to pay you, and I think you must have had a panic attack or anxiety. You scream. I run away.
But before that when you showed me something. You showed me something.
I showed you money. You are prostitute. Yes?
She looks a little dejected. And, like, looks away slightly.
I don't mean that in a negative way. But maybe just bad night. Did something else happen? Bad experience?
She shakes her head, kind of stamps her foot for a second, the heel kind of clicking on the sidewalk. No, you can't tell me that this wasn't real. I can't. I've been thinking about this all day. You showed me your... She's, like, really trying at the moment.
Why is this so important?
Just... She tries to approach you slightly. Do you let her approach you?
Yeah, I don't step away.
Okay. She takes your face in her hand. And and tell me if you ever stop her.
Okay.
She brings her other hand up slowly to kind of push at your lips to see if she can find your teeth. And obviously she can't because
they're extended on command, right?
Yes, you can put them out whenever. And so she's just invading your mouth, really, like opening it and everything. Let me...
Are you finding what you're looking for?
No, that can't be. It was real. It was real. She like pushes you away. She's tearing up a bit at the moment. She says, "Then it was beautiful. I was so scared, and then it's like I wasn't here anymore. I was back home."
Where is home?
Kansas. It's like I was happy again.
I'm sorry you are not happy now.
Apparently I'm going crazy. I'm sorry. Just forget about it. Okay? She's just like turns away from you, doesn't move, but just stands there. You can hear slight sobbing.
Oh god, this is hard to decide. Oh god. It'd be nice to have a friend, but after just eating a man, the last thing Nikolas wants to think about is feeding anyone else, consensual or not. Do you have house, apartment, home?
She like sniffs. Yeah. I live a ways out. Why?
Go home. Don't think of this. Please do not. Just go home.
She looks at you, her eyes are full of tears. She just kind of like does a very quick nod to you. Give me an insight plus wits.
Oh, so I can know exactly how much I'm hurting this person?
Absolutely. It's just to know something.
Oh,
just to know something. That's all. Could be this, could be nothing.
3.
3? Oh, that's even better. Yeah, she's not gonna forget about this. And she's definitely like, she's just like, she's torn now. There's that conflicting idea that she knows something, and then she knows about the experience after when you fed on her, but she can't, like, she doesn't understand how she must have made that up or something, but it's real, you know? Like, it's that feeling of, you can see this, of just like, she's looking at you pained because you haven't given her the answers that she needs. And she just starts to walk off, and back towards, like, the strip.
I'm gonna do my best to, like, commit her appearance to memory.
Okay. Yeah. You can think about that and commit that to your memory for sure.
Because there are things I thought about doing, but I'd rather talk to, it's been forever, I forget names. I definitely want to talk to Boo's character.
Adam.
Adam. As someone who's been kindred longer than me.
True.
To know what to do in a situation like this.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and so she walks off.
I just keep walking home, I guess.
Absolutely. I think it's fitting that I play Cold Dead Hands again. So you walk off. And you walk back towards the apartment. Yeah. I think that, honestly, you keep walking down the street. All of the experiences of the night, you know, are settling in on you. As you make your way and eventually make it to the apartment. And I think that's where we'll let Nikolas be coming up the steps into the apartment when we next meet.
Yeah. Hey, that was like the least emotionally painful session of like the last 4, which is saying something. I just gaslighted an innocent prostitute in the middle of the night when she's in tears.
Happens.
Oh God!
You're a consensualist. I have to work with this, you know.
I am.
It's great.
Any other day, I probably would have heard her out and told her. But 9 hours ago, I ate a man.
That is true.
And I'm still not coming to terms with it.
That's absolutely fair. 100%. Yeah. I think, yeah, we'll just have a little, maybe a small scene together before the night is over, and then we'll go into the next night, the next time we get together. It'll be great.
Hell yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah.